personality is a perfect fit for this truck. We are a combination of talent and toughness. We are fierce. We are fearless. We are confident. We are one of a kind. We're not here to just compete. We're here to smash the competition.
3, 2, 1, let's hit the gas.
SoFi Stadium, I need your help. Chant with me. Sparkle smash! Sparkle smash! Sparkle smash! Let me hear you. Sparkle smash! Sparkle smash! Sparkle smash! Sparkle smash!
I'm ready to fly. I got a swagger from my tail to my home, and I'll leave you in my glitter with my engine boost. I'm tough and I can't be tamed. When I stop it and I walk it, you'll remember my name. I can win, I won't back down. Got a fire in my eyes that I can't burn out. 3, 2, 1, let's hit the gas.
Sparkle Smash has debuted officially right here. Monster Jam World Finals 23 inside SoFi Stadium.
Okay, everything about this Monster Jam truck is perfect. It looks just like the Spin Master toy, and Kayla Blood is the perfect person to be driving this truck.
Absolutely, and an incredible stunt by her as well, going through the car stacks, showing the power of Sparkle Smash. Let's make some noise one more time. Kayla Blood, Sparkle Smash. Congratulations to the one and only Kayla Blood and Sparkle Smash on an incredible stunt here in the debut of this incredible Monster Jam truck. Finishing it off with a flip down here, and you just heard these fans go wild. What is this moment like for you?
This is my first stunt that I've ever done, and how epic is that to do behind the wheel of Sparkle Smash? What do you guys think here in LA? Woo! And Kayla, I think everyone is wondering, this truck is absolutely beautiful.
we've got all the glitter, we've got all the sparkle, but you are one of the most fierce drivers in the fleet. How are you going to be able to balance it all?
And you know what? She is a beautiful unicorn. She's Sparkle Smash, but she's bold, and we cannot wait to get out here and show you guys and bring Sparkle Smash to life and show you how fierce that we can be on the track. I know these boys aren't going to like to be beat by a unicorn, so I'm coming for you, and I'm ready to smash the competition.
Monster Jam fans, get loud for Kayla Blood, Sparkle Smash!
I mean, Kay, what can you say? We've already touched on it. Sparkle Smash looks phenomenal. The fire suit looks phenomenal. The original wrap on the helmet looks phenomenal. And Kayla Blood looks phenomenal driving it.
Well, did you see the unveil? I mean, we saw it on social media. I mean, she was breaking those bricks down to unveil what could be, I can only guess, will be probably one of the most legendary fan favorite Monster Jam trucks we're going to see next year.
Well, you know, that's the thing. It's so popular already, and that's part of what made it become a real-life Monster Jam truck. Kids love the toys. Kids love some of the other merchandise that was available, and Monster Jam saw that and said, okay, we need to bring this thing to life. So I think you're right. I think she's the perfect person. I think it's the perfect opportunity. Speaking of perfect people at the right time, let's throw it down to KCG. She's standing by with the new crew chief for Sparkle Smash.
The new crew chief for Sparkle Smash, we've got Shane Beto here. Shane, congratulations debuting the brand new Sparkle Smash. What has been the fan reaction, not only in the pit party, but here at Monster Jam seeing this truck for the first time?
I've heard nothing but positive, good things about it. Everybody's excited. Everybody was amped to see it. I think it came out a good big hit for it.
How excited are you to be the crew chief for a brand new truck that is not just a new truck here at Monster Jam, it is a fan favorite for Spin Master?
I am actually honored that they chose me to do it. I've been working on Max D for the rest of this year, and to be able to take on the newest, biggest truck that Feld has, it's an honor.
And for you, you're looking great in the Sparkle Smash crew chief shirt over here. The design of Sparkle Smash is so unique. We have nothing else like it. For you as a crew chief, what are your thoughts on the truck?
It's definitely intricate. It's one of a kind for sure. I don't think there's another one out there like it or will be. I think we will make some good memories and show a lot of action with this truck.
And working with Kayla Blood, she is a veteran of the sport. She's been in Monster Jam for a long time. We know that crew chief and driver relationship is really important to success out there on the track. How excited are you to be working with Kayla Blood?
I'm pretty excited. I worked with her last year a little bit, so we've got a good bond. We're friends. We know each other, so I think we're going to fit well together and do good.
Well, Shane, I'm so excited for you. You've taught me so many things in Monster Jam. I'm always coming to you for answers. So this guy, if there's anybody that is fit to be the crew chief of Sparkle Smash, it is going to be Shane Beto. So Shane, congratulations. And folks, that is the brand new Sparkle Smash here at Monster Jam.
You know, Kay, right there, you see Shane and how excited he is. And look, he looks great in the Sparkle Smash brand. I think, Shane, if you're still listening to us, maybe Casey, you can tell him pink and blue look good on Shane.
Well, you know, I got to talk to Juliet Feld, and she told me, you know, Sparkle Smash is supposed to represent not only girls, but little boys out there as well, too. And I think that's what's so important about Sparkle Smash is that it's going to be for everyone.
Absolutely. I mean, I was joking around just a few moments ago with some of the folks behind the scene. I said, I think it might be my new favorite Monster Jam truck. And it's just because of what it looks like, of what went into creating it. Again, it just looks fantastic. I love everything about it.
Oh, definitely. And I mean, I cannot wait to see what she can do out on the track coming up next season. Actually this season, we're going to see it actually here coming up in just a couple of weeks. So I'm really excited to see what the response is in her first event.
I think that's over on the other coast in MetLife Stadium.
Yes,
is that correct?
Yes, it is. Yes,
it's going to be something that's amazing. And here's the thing, right? I understand we're 3,000 miles away from MetLife Stadium, but this is Monster Jam World Finals. We got people coming from all over the country, all over the world. I met people earlier today that are here with us from Australia. So maybe we got some New Yorkers like myself. Maybe we got some folks from New Jersey that are here with us in LA, and they say, I want to see Sparkle Smash in real life. You're going to get the opportunity in just a couple weeks.
I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see what she's going to do. So we are going to be right back. We've got a couple more things left before we get to the start of Monster Jam World Finals 23.
Kay Young, we are moments away from kicking off the event, but you know what? Our pit party colleagues have been working so hard all afternoon, and this has become a little bit of a Monster Jam World Finals tradition. We wanted to get them involved. We wanted to hear from them. There is so much Monster Jam knowledge in attendance this weekend, so I am going to go throw things down to Kimberly Cantoni for the picks for the racing competition. That's right, Kim, the ball is in your court for JCB Racing.
Thanks, John. Well, when we talk about racing, the person I think of is Cody Saucier Dragon. He is a born racer, and he is someone that has been earning for this World Finals Championship. I think tonight is his time. I think it's going to go to Cody Saucier Dragon. But Jabari, who is your pick for the racing championship?
Wow, that's my first year here with Monster Jam. I've seen this guy race. He's technical. He's cool. I'm going with Tyler Miniga, Gravedigger.
Well, you know what? That is a very good pick, but my pick is Young. He's fast. He was really good in qualifying, and he drives really wild. My racing pick is Zach Garner in Wildside. What about you, Taylor?
I actually got to agree with Jabari on this one. Tyler Miniga in Gravedigger. He had some of the smoothest passes during our qualifications yesterday, so that's who I'm going with. Ray?
Okay, I like all these predictions, but there's someone that is a current champion. That is Tristan England, JCB Digatron. I think he's going to go back-to-back. You're saying, right, that might be a little crazy. Well, you know what? He went from arenas to stadiums. He's dominated them both. Over 70% winning percentage in arenas. It's a technical track. He goes back-to-back. JCB Digatron, Tristan England. That's my pick. But, of course, we have freestyle coming up after that as well.
Thank you guys so much. An unbelievable job out there on the pit party. Hats off to Ray, Taylor, Karina, Jabari, and Kim. But now you guys know what we got to do. We got to pick it up. Let's give our predictions for the Freestyle World Finals champion. Casey, you're in the hot seat. What do you got?
Tonight, I'm going to go with the guy that has dubbed the LeDuc Leap because he always goes big. That is none other than Todd LeDuc, the driver of Megalodon. Todd is already a World Finals champion. He has 2 world titles under his belt, but he has not won one since 2015. And all season long, he's been telling me, Casey, I just want to get to World Finals. I just want to get to World Finals because he wants another world title. I think that motivation is going to drive him to go big in freestyle, and he's going to be taking home the 2024 Freestyle World title.
I've got to go ahead and say, I got the pulse of the people right around me, but I'm going to go in another direction. I'm going to pick a driver who is fearless every time he comes out on this track. He makes the sport look effortless, and he's been in the game for quite some time, both behind the wheel of his Monster Jam truck and back in the pits, and that's Ryan Anderson, our driver of Son of a Digger. He's actually even told me he's not even that concerned about winning. His main goal is to make sure each and every Monster Jam fan in SoFi Stadium has a smile on their face and gets excited to see him out on the track when he throws it down. His truck is in great condition. He's missed no competitions all season because he has one of the best crew chiefs in the game. So once again, Ryan Anderson, Son of a Digger.
In his 23rd World Finals appearance, my pick is, of course, going to be the legend, Mr. Excitement, Jim Kohler in Avenger. I think he can tackle this track no matter what, and honestly, he has already said that he is going to go wild. He's a two-time World Finals freestyle champion, so let's go for a three-peat.
Those are all great picks, John, but I'm going to have to go with Tyler Miniga and Gravedigger. Currently, he has 10 stadium freestyle wins here in the 2024 season. He was part of Stadium Championship Series East. Had a lot of big viral moments, and I think that momentum is going to carry him through, and I think we're going to see that he is going to hold the championship trophy here tonight.
You know, it's funny, those first 3 picks go across the board. Todd LeDuc, former world champion. Ryan Anderson, former world champion. Jim Kohler, former world champion. You go in a different direction, but Kay, I'm right there with you. Tyler Meninga, no one has been better in Monster Jam for the last 2 seasons than Tyler Meninga. How can you go against that? I certainly don't want to. I think this is the time that Tyler Meninga re-stamps his position in Monster Jam. That's how I think it's going to go. One thing is for sure, whether any of us are right, none of us are right, the fans got their own picks. This is Monster Jam World Finals. Get ready, Los Angeles!
All right, you heard him. I need everybody on your feet. Everybody up on your feet right now. And I need you excited. Let's go, let's go. I need to know, what section is the loud section? What section is the party section? You're gonna have to get louder. Are you ready? Somebody, anybody, everybody, scream! I can't hear you! Let's start the party. 2, 3, go! Let's start the party right now. Let's start the party right now. Let's start the party right now. C3 with us! Start the party right now. Let's start the party right now. Let's start the party right now. What section has the best dance moves? What section? I need every section on your feet. Let's go. Everybody up. Everybody up. We got 30 seconds. Everybody up. I need your hands up right now. Hands up. Somebody. Anybody. Everybody. Scream.
Monster Jam fans, the time has come for us to honor our nation and some of its greatest heroes. We ask you to help us in doing so by taking out your cell phones and holding them up as the stadium lights go dim. We do this to honor our active duty military, first responders, frontline workers, and all of our veterans.
Los Angeles, Monster Jam was built right here in the USA. We are truly fortunate to live in the greatest nation on earth and celebrate its strengths, freedom, resilience, and innovation. We are the United States of America.
I got 3 favorite colors, not just one, not just 2. I got 3 favorite letters, and let me spell them out for you. They say where I wish everything was made.
Presenting our nation's colors is the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department Color Guard. Ladies and gentlemen, to honor America and perform our national anthem, please welcome recording artist Annie Delgado.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof
Let's ride, we got the green light. It's a party in the pit tonight. Let's go, this is how we roll on tires that are larger than life. Doesn't matter where you're from, it's running through your blood. Time to get loud, everybody buckle up. You waited, now you made it to the greatest show on dirt. It's the Monster Jam, Jam, Jam. Alright, you ready? When I say monster, you say jam. Monster, monster. Yeah, when I say monster, you say jam. Monster, monster. Let's ride, we got the green light. It's a party in the pit tonight. Let's go, this is how we roll on tires that are larger than life. It doesn't matter where you're from, it's running through your blood. Time to get loud, everybody buckle up. You waited, now you made it to the greatest show on dirt. It's the Monster Jam, Jam, Jam. Yeah.
Los Angeles, this is Monster Jam World Final!
World Finals racing has begun.
Racing at World Finals, if you're a driver, you want to be there. If you're a fan, you want to be there. If you're an announcer, you want to be there.
There's no scoring, there's no judges, there's a winner, there's a loser, and that's what I love about it.
Into the turn, then clips the pop.
Racing at World Finals is 90% mental.
This is why you do not ever give up, no matter what happens.
It's just next level. It's the best of the best.
The rain is pouring down.
Winning racing at Monster Jam World Finals would be like the biggest dream come true.
Gotta get another one. LA, look out. I'm coming for it all.
This is where legends are born.
The first competition of tonight's event is the JCB Racing World Championship. All 24 trucks have been seated into the bracket based on last night's qualifying, with the fastest 8 trucks receiving that automatic bid into round 2. Coming up first, we have 16 trucks that are going to race head-to-head with the fastest 8 trucks from round 1 also advancing on into round 2. So without further ado, SoFi Stadium, let me hear you get loud for the JCB Racing World Championship.
Kicking things off in the red lane is the reigning, defending, racing world champion from Paris, Texas, Tristan, England, JCB Digatron. His opponent in the blue lane, a man that set a world record for being fast in a monster truck from Kernville, North Carolina, Bryce Kenny, the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. These two have faced off in the past. It is a 5-1 advantage over their careers in favor of Tristan England and the JCB Digatron. Kay, each one of these competitors spent a season with you on Stadium Championship Series East. How does it stack up, Bryce Kenny versus Tristan England?
Well, we are in for a treat for our very first head-to-head competition to kick things off here in JCB Racing Championship. Of course, the reigning World Finals champion. They are in their respective lanes as they get ready.
They're set on their lines. Let's go green!
Waiting that official word, but JCB Digatron will advance on. He will see Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger. Take a look at the super glue glued to the action replay. Bryce Kenny, Great Clips Mohawk Warrior gets caught up on the second to last turn there in the blue lane.
Okay, JCB Digatron, Tristan England, he will improve to 8-4 in his career at Monster Jam World Finals, and there is your time, 24.676. Meanwhile, some bad luck, our first DNF of the night for Bryce Kenny and the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior.
Monster Jam fans already wild here at World Finals. I am joined by Connor Bowers, and that's going to be Cole Bernard and Black Pearl's crew chief. Now, a little bit of trouble already in intros there. What's going on in the back?
So when he come out, he said that his truck felt like it was like low RPMs kind of, but he hit the gas, it would like cut out. Right here where Dragon was, the truck just died, and then he started back up, and we saw some flames coming out of the headers. I really don't know what's going on. My team's down there trying to figure it out. Mark Cole, Jeff Bauer, Eddie, all of them. They're awesome guys. They're definitely going to get him back out here. Possibly a EFI issue with the fuel tech, maybe electrical, but we're figuring it out right now.
And I always say that we are truly at the mercy of these Monster Jam trucks. You can truly only do so much up here. Like you said, you have a great team back in the pits. And this is kind of an issue that you guys have had before, right?
Yeah, we had some issues with Cole's truck before, like yesterday, but this almost seems a little bit new because it was going a little bit good throughout the entire season. Then when we got to Denver, this is when the issues started. We thought we overcame them in Philly, but it looks like they might have followed us here, but we'll get them back out.
Thank you so much for your time, Connor.
Our next matchup is all the way from Louisiana in the red lane. From Lafayette, it's Kayla Blood, Soldier Fortune. And her opponent, racing in the blue lane, also from Lafayette, Louisiana, Cody Saucier, Dragon. These two have faced off an incredible 16 times in their Monster Jam careers, with the advantage belonging to Cody Saucier. He's got a 12-4 record. They're approaching their respective starting lines. Soldier Fortune's locked in. There's Dragon. Let's go!
Your winner is Cody Saucier, Dragon. Dragon will advance on to see Blake Granger and Max D there in the super glue glued to the action replay. He will see Blake Granger and Max D. The times are locked in, 19.654.
Great pass from Soldier Fortune, but too much Cody Saucier. Coming up next, racing out of the red lane from El Paso, Texas, Lindsey Reed, Lucas Stabilizer. And in the blue lane, he was your last chance qualifier from Shaw, Oregon, David Alford, Velociraptor. These two have faced off before, but only in an arena. Now they're set. Let's go green. A slip and a stumble there for Lucas Stabilizer, and it looks like the RII has been activated, Kay. That might be the end of the race. We might see Velociraptor moving on right here automatically.
That's right. Keep in mind that he is impeding the race lane, so that means that he should be getting an automatic advancement. I'm just waiting the official word from our Monster Jam officials, and it is confirmed. Velociraptor will advance on into round 2, and he will see Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger.
Here's the thing, Kay. Now, neither one of these drivers are going to get a time, and that's a little bit of bad luck there for Velociraptor. Nothing he can do. Like you said, his progress impeded by Lucas Stabilizer. We are going to toss it down to Casey G, who is standing by in the pits. Casey, what do you got for us?
Well, guys, after intros, it was Max D that was having some problems, so they brought him to the back. Blake Granger is back here with their crew. He's working on the truck right now. After intros, he noticed that he had no second gear. So wanted to give you an idea as to what was going on. They're swapping out the transmission. These trucks generate a lot of power, 1,500 horsepower, and the transmission takes all of that power and delivers it to the driveline. It transfers it. Well, the transmission, these trucks have 2 gears, and then they also have reverse. After intros, Blake noticed that he didn't have any second gear. Basically, inside of the transmission, you have a planetary, and there's almost this cylindrical piece on the planetary. On the inside of that cylindrical piece, you have all of these little clutches. Well, there's a band that closes around the cylinder. That's what activates first gear. When the band releases, it activates all of the little clutches on the inside of the cylinder, and that's what activates second gear. Well, the clutches are kind of like a brake pad. After a while, the friction will wear off, and they'll start to slip everywhere, and then they completely lose second gear. So they're currently working on swapping out that transmission. There's a lot going on back here in the pits, but luckily our crew is the best in the world at what they do. Typically, we can make a transmission swap in about 15 to 20 minutes if there are no other issues. So I will keep you updated on Blake Granger and Max D as we advance further in the racing bracket.
Coming up next, racing in the red lane, making her World Finals main field debut, Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Her opponent, racing in the blue lane from North Jackson, Ohio, the 2018 Showdown winner, Corey Rummel, Megalodon. This is the first time these two competitors have ever faced off in Monster Jam Racing, and we're going to get set right now.
Your winner is Jamie Sullivan, Monster Dalmatian. We're going to get some insight right now from Matt Cody, driver of Gravedigger.
Right down. Hey, Monster Jam fans. Man, that was a perfect pass from Jamie Sullivan right there. That's exactly what you want to see. Man, she came into that last turn with some speed, made a perfect clean pass, hammered down, and that right there is what's going to win races in that lane, and she did a perfect job right there.
We're awaiting the official time from Jamie Sullivan, Monster Dalmatian. There it is, an 18.614.
Unbelievable turn of events right there for Monster Mutt Dalmatian, but I've been given word we saw the issues with Colvinard and the Black Pearl. He will not be able to compete here in round one of the JCB Racing World Championships. That means his would-be opponent, Dalton Whitener, and Jurassic Attack will advance automatically. Reason being, we don't need a time in round one because lane choice was going to go to the driver with the automatic bye into round two. So Jurassic Attack is moving on. Black Pearl headed home. Coming up next, racing in the red lane, Mr. Excitement, the only driver to ever appear in every single World Finals, Jim Color, Avenger. His opponent, making his World Finals main field debut, representing Overboard Motorsports, Zach Garner, Wildside. These two have faced off one previous time with the advantage going to Wildside. They're locked in right now. Let's go green.
Zach Garner, Wildside, nearly a flawless run there out in the blue lane.
And Kay, on the back end, we were told by the Monster Jam officials, 5-second penalty on Avenger, so it was a moot point. Wildside was always going to take that victory.
Look at that time up on the video board, clocked in a time of 18.347.
Coming up next, racing in the red lane, making her return to Monster Jam World Finals, it's Brianna Mahan, Scooby-Doo. In the blue lane, from Whittier, California, Armando Castro, El Toro Loco. Armando Castro with a record of 9-1 over Brianna Mahan. He looks to make it 10 and move on. She looks to get some retribution on the biggest stage. Let's go!
Between these two, we are going to go to the photo finish, brought to you by the Finish Links timing system, accurate to 1/10,000 of a second. There it is. The official replay on the video board. We're awaiting those times right now. Your winner, moving on, El Toro Loco, Armando Castro. He clocks in a time of 19.182.
What a matchup we have on our hands. Up first, in the red lane, from Houston, Texas, Colt Stevens. Stevens Thunderosaurus. And his opponent in the blue lane from Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger. This is only the first stadium meeting between these two of all time, and it happens in Los Angeles. Let's go green.
Let's take a look at the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. Getting a win there in the red lane is Thunderosaurus and Colt Stevens. We await those official times to be locked in. There you have it, 18.749.
Let's take a look up at the video board and see where things stand with round one of the JCB Racing World Finals Championship now in the rearview mirror. Kay, I mean, this thing was electric from start to finish. You take a look up at the video board. Really bad luck out of the gate for Bryce Kenny and the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, but that means we got a marquee matchup between Tristan England and Tyler Menninga in round number two. We move on. We go from Lafayette, Louisiana, right back to Lafayette, Louisiana. Cody Saucier takes down Caleb Blood, and now he's got a date with Blake Granger.
That's right. We've got Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. We'll be taking on our last chance qualifier winner, David Olford and Velociraptor. Wasn't able to finish the race, John, because of Lucas Stabilizer impeding the race lane. Nonetheless, he moves on into round two. Weston Anderson, Gravedigger, will be going up against Jamie Sullivan and Monster Mutt Dalmatian. So two arena racers there as we move on to round two on the other side.
And then we see great luck for Jurassic Attack, bad luck for Black Pearl. Jurassic Attack, like I mentioned earlier, will move on automatically, which means Dalton Whitener will face off against Todd LeDuc for the very first time ever in their careers. It was an unbelievable race pass, maybe a perfect race pass for Zach Garner and Wildside as he takes down Avenger and Jim Kohler. That means he's got a date with another multiple-time World Finals champion in Adam Anderson and Gravedigger.
That's right, and then we move on right now to Bakugan, Dragonoid, and Camden Murphy going up against Armando Castro, El Toro Loco, and that final head-to-head matchup in round two, Bari Musawa Zombie going up against Colt Stevens and Thunderosaurus.
This is round two of the JCB Racing World Championship. The 8 drivers who advanced from round one into round two will now be matched up against those additional 8 drivers who received that automatic bye into round two. Keep in mind that the winners of this next part of the event will make it on into the quarterfinals. So, SoFi Stadium, who is ready for more of the JCB World Racing Championship?
Why not kick it off in round two like we did in round one with the reigning champion in the red lane, Tristan England, and the JCB Digatron. His opponent, the man with the best racing record in all of Monster Jam this season, from Oskaloosa, Iowa, Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger. These two split their season matchups right down the middle with 4 wins apiece. What do you say, Los Angeles? The perfect time to break the tie on the biggest stage. A little bit of a staging battle right there. They look like they're set. Let's go green.
Two competitors of Stadium Championship Series East. Moving on, Tristan Tristan England, JCB Digatron.
A new fastest time, and he needed every second of it. Kay, the champion, lives on and makes it to the quarterfinals.
Absolutely insane. What a race between these two. They've been racing head-to-head all season long on Stadium Championship Series East. As we take a look at that time, the new fast time, 17.967.
Who would have thought you would have gotten back-to-back races from Lafayette, Louisiana? But that's where we are here in the other LA, in the red lane, advancing from round one, Cody Saucier, Dragon. His opponent racing in the blue lane, making his first appearance in the main field from Lafayette, Louisiana, it's Blake Granger, Max D. These two have faced off 4 times in the past, with all 4 wins going to Cody Saucier and Dragon. Kay, what a moment it would be for Blake Granger to get some retribution right now.
Absolutely. These two are waiting for those staging lights that are lit at the far end of the race lane there at the opposite end of the end zone. Now keep in mind, to all of our fans, outside yellow lights means our drivers need to fire their engines and head to the starting line.
Okay, I've just been given word by the Monster Jam officials that Max D is not shutting off for the mandatory RII test, which means he's having some trouble either staying fired or maybe he won't refire if they shut him off. It's not good right now for Max D.
Well, also keep in mind, KCG reported that he had swapped a transmission. Was there something else that they didn't see during that transmission swap?
It's possible. Sometimes these Monster Jam technicians, once they get inside of the truck, they will do the best that they can to diagnose all the issues. But here in World Finals, it's a quick turnaround, and his crew chief may not have had the time to work on another issue.
That's right. That engine is still fired, and we're still awaiting our Monster Jam officials to let us know. You can see our USHRA safety officials are giving some hand signals right now to our drivers.
And you can see Blake Granger taking his hands off the steering wheel. That's giving the cue to the officials, and I think he has shut off.
Definitely. You can hear the engine has shut off, so now we await those staging lights. Again, outside yellow lights means our drivers need to fire their engines, head to the starting line. We are going to wait for those 2 yellow lights. I'm getting word that his crew chief, his UNOH technician, is coming out right now to the floor.
Could be a jump box situation here. Maybe they're trying to refire him now that he's been shut off.
I just heard potentially RII issues. 60-second clock is there. We see Wyatt Havens, crew chief for Max D, hustling out there right now. The 60-second clock is up. You can see it right there on the video board.
I think that was Brad Hilson alongside of him. Was one of the best technicians Monster Jam has ever had. I mean, Wyatt is great, but it's good to have 2 folks down there, and it seems like he was fired there for a second.
We see right now we're coming upon the 30-second mark right now for Blake Granger and Max D. This is not how he wants his World Finals to start and end right here at the JCB Racing World Finals Championship.
Okay, if he can't get this going in the next few seconds, Scooby-Doo and Brianna Mahan would get another chance at life. She'd come back as our fastest loser. He's fired again, but again, we can only give him so many opportunities.
You can see Blake's hand is out of the window. A little frustration, I think, there as well.
I mean, can you blame him in this spot?
Absolutely
First time ever competing in World Finals?
You can see the USHRA safety official saying, and I'm getting official word that Max D is done.
Okay, that's some bad luck right there for Blake Granger. And you hear the reaction from these fans. We feel it, you guys, certainly. We got a feel for Blake Granger. So many Max D fans here in the house, as always. So a little bit of bad luck, but Brianna Mahan is coming back driving Scooby-Doo. She is our fastest loser.
All right, Monster Jam fans, one of the best parts about me hanging out every single time I come out to Monster Jam is being able to interact with some really cool fans. Now, really quickly, I would love for you to introduce yourself and just tell everyone who you're here with today.
My name is Phil. I'm here with my family, my beautiful family, my daughter, my son, and my beautiful wife.
That's right. Now, they were talking to me for a while, and they actually told me that they have a special talent. They can sing. So I'm going to challenge them to finish the lyric. And what that means is up on the video board, you're going to see a song play up on the video board. When you see the lyrics, start singing along with the lyrics. Follow along. Once the lyrics disappear, the way you're going to win this is by being able to finish the lyric that is missing. Do you think that you can do this? Yes. All right. What about you, Phil? You think you can do this?
Oh, I'm ready. Let's go.
All right. I need you to come in a little bit closer. I want you to sing together. Sing together. Ready? That beat is going to drop in just a moment. Sing right into this microphone. Ready? Go.
Don't let me in. Don't let them see. Be the girl you have always have to be. Just don't feel. Don't let them know. Let it go. Let it down. Let it down anymore. Let it go. Let it go.
Amazing. That was great. Let it go. They got it right. They had a great time. Now guess what? Carrie and Phil, because you spent some time with me today, I got a special friend that's coming down right now to give you something incredible. You get to take home a Sparkle Smash pump truck with you, as well as this hat for your son. Now, on this hat is very special because it's a Monster Jam World Final snapback. On the front of this hat, every single Gravedigger from this year has signed this, as well as every single Megalodon and everyone in our Bone Zone, everyone that drives a Mutt. So Monster Mutt, Dalmatian, as well as everything else. Monster Jam fans, once again, give it up for this beautiful family. Thank you so much, Phil. Thank you so much, Carrie. We still have so much more racing coming up next.
I have been given official word from the Monster Jam officials up in the booth that it was in fact an RII issue that prevented Blake Granger and Max D from competing there, but we have more updates from the pits. Casey G, I think she's got something for us down there. Casey.
Down here in the pits, I know we told you earlier that Cole Bernard and the Black Pearl would not be making it back for the racing competition, so wanted to give you an update. If you look behind me, Black Pearl is in the very corner of the pit area, and we have everybody working on that truck. Basically, there was an electrical issue on Black Pearl, more specifically, an issue with the EFI. EFI is electronic fuel injection, and it basically helps the truck to run more efficiently. It regulates fuel use. It gives the truck more power when that's needed. It pulls back when you don't need as much. This little part ended up being what was wrong. So this connects to a magnet, and it basically tells the engine when to go. It tells the spark plugs when to fire. So if this is broken, if this is not making a connection, then the engine will not run at all. So they've swapped this out. They're just buttoning up everything on Black Pearl, so he will not make it back for the racing competition, but he's looking promising for freestyle coming up here just a little bit later. This is the perfect example that sometimes the smallest piece, the smallest part, has a big impact on the competition. So we'll see who's going to take home the racing competition then. Back to more action out there on the track.
We are set to go. It is a new lease on life in the red lane for Brianna Mahan, Scooby-Doo. Meanwhile, her opponent in the blue lane, it's Cody Saucier, Dragon. And now you have to think about what is going on in the mind of Cody Saucier. Had a long time to wait, but he has come under pressure. Meanwhile, Brianna Mahan thought her day was done in racing, but now she is pressed back into duty. But you will take it every single time with a world championship on the line. They are fired up, and they are inching towards those starting lines. Looks like Dragon is just about set in. We've got 3 amber lights. We're looking for 4. There they are. Let's go green.
do. Let's see the replay. Fans, this is incredible. Your winner is Brianna Mahan Scooby-Doo with a time of 18.455.
Unbelievable turn of events for Brianna Mahan, but we are moving on. Up first in the red lane, advancing from round one, it's David Olfert, Velociraptor. And in the blue lane, his opponent, the four-time world champion, Ryan Anderson, Son of a Digger. Son of a Digger is locked in. There is Velociraptor. Let's go green.
An incredible finish. Your last chance qualifier moves on. David Olfert, Velociraptor. Now let's check in with Bryce Kenny, driver of the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, on analysis on that run.
We are seeing some massive upsets out here, everybody. Monster Jam fans, this has got to be some of the biggest races going on. I cannot believe David Olfert just took out Ryan Anderson. Brianna Mahan took out Cody Saucier and Dragon a pair ago. You guys better be on your feet. This is some of the best racing I've seen at a World Finals.
It is incredible. He clocks in a time of 17.996. Velociraptor David Olfert moves on.
Coming up next, racing out of the red lane, it is the three-time series champion. It's Weston Anderson, Gravedigger. Advancing from round number one, racing in the blue lane, Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. These two wasting no time, they're on the line. Let's get to it.
Advances on into the quarterfinals.
Okay, this is the Monster Jam version of a busted bracket in March Madness. What an unbelievable quarterfinal.
This has to be part of the types of tracks that Monster Jam has been coming up, because there it is, 18.853 for Monster Mutt Dalmatian, Jamie Sullivan.
We're going to get our first look at both of these competitors. In the red lane, former Racing World Finals champion, Todd LeDuc, Megalodon. His opponent, making his World Finals debut in the blue lane from Knoxville, Tennessee, Dalton Whitener, Jurassic Attack.
Both of these drivers, their first looks right now as we get set to go green. We are going back to the replay, brought to you by the Super Glue Glue to the Action replay. Great run by both of these two as they got their first look out on the track.
Okay, I know we have to go to that finish links timing system, but I think Dalton Whitener just beat Todd LeDuc in Los Angeles.
Your winner advancing on, Jurassic Attack, Dalton Whitener. He clocks in a time of 18.793.
And look at Team Throttle Monster going nuts in the stands. Will the upsets continue? Well, coming up next, one of the best to ever drive a Monster Jam truck, 5-time world champion, Adam Anderson, Gravedigger. His opponent, former Monster Jam Rookie of the Year, Zach Garner, Wild Side. The plot thickens now, Kay. Can one of the best young drivers in the sport defeat the legend, one of the best to ever do it? Let's find out.
Penalty on Gravedigger. Wild Side advances on Zach Garner. What an incredible race. We have just witnessed upset after upset.
Oh my goodness. Gravedigger goes down yet again, and we have no Gravediggers left in the competition. Your winner, Zach Garner and Wild Side.
18.207 for Wild Side, and Zach Garner moves him on.
Coming up next, from Itasca, Illinois, racing in the red lane, Camden Murphy, Bakugan Dragonoid. His opponent in the blue lane, advancing from round one, it's Armando Castro, El Toro Loco. These two know each other so well, going back to the arena days for each of them. 34 races between them, 27 wins for Camden Murphy. What a moment it would be right now for Armando Castro.
Two competitors, but Bakugan Dragonoid and Camden Murphy advance on. I'm just getting word that we might have some issues with Bakugan Dragonoid. There might be some breakage. We'll get an update there from KCG in just a moment. This might be remnant of last year in Nashville for Camden Murphy, Bakugan Dragonoid.
Hey, Camden Murphy takes the win. You look at that time, 19.102, but he might have that broken drive shaft in the rear, so we'll see if he can even continue. In the meantime, we've got one more round two race left. Up first, from Orlando, Florida, in the red lane, it's Barry Musauer, Zombie. Advancing from round one, racing in the blue lane, it's Colt Stevens, Thunder Roris. These two have faced off all season long. How fitting it culminates at World Finals. Let's go green. Big time rollover right there for Colt Stevens and Thunder Roris.
And it will be Barry Musauer and Zombie. He will advance on to see Camden Murphy and Bakugan Dragonoid. We're going to wait that official time because John, times are so important. That means the lane choice, and this is very important, especially in this kind of track.
Of course, Kay, but it remains to be seen whether or not he'll face Bakugan Dragonoid because of the issues in the rear end of that Monster Jam truck.
Absolutely.
Anything can happen.
Absolutely, and Zombie and Bari Musauer clocks in a time of 19.030.
I know you guys saw that Camden Murphy in Bakugan Dragonoid won his race and is advancing into the bracket, but they just brought him to the back, and it looks like a broken rear drive shaft. So once the power is generated from the engine, it then goes to the transmission, and then it's transferred to the drive line or to the drive shaft. And the drive shaft basically takes all of that power and takes it to the third member, which we talked about earlier today. It's right in the middle of the rear housing. It connects to the drive shaft to the third member. Now, if you don't have any power from the drive shaft in the rear, that means that it's only the front end of the truck that's driving power. So they're currently working on unhooking that rear drive shaft. They're going to see what they can do. Typically, they can swap that in about 10 to 15 minutes. But it is all hands on deck for Bakugan Dragonoid to see if we can get him back out there for Monster Jam Racing.
John, I really think that we should talk a little bit about our fans, about some of the penalties and how they're assessed here in JCB Racing.
We saw a huge penalty that was the difference between Adam Anderson and Zach Garner in Wildside. That 5-second penalty is assessed anytime your front two BKT tires do not cross over the race lamp, do not traverse the race ramp flush. So it has nothing to do with the lines you see on the outside, but you do have to hit that ramp square, and it was really the difference in that race.
So let's now talk a little bit about how the bracket's unfolding, and let's talk about lane choice. What plays a key in getting that lane choice? So we're going to talk about it right now. JCB Digatron will have lane choice. He had a time of 17.967 over Scooby-Doo, followed by Velociraptor. He clocked in a time of 17.996. He will have lane choice over Monster Mutt Dalmatian.
And of course, on the other side of the bracket, it means Zach Garner and Wildside will have the advantage of lane choice over Jurassic Attack. And again, this last pair, we're not exactly sure what's going to happen yet because of the issues KCG just talked about with Bakugan Dragonoid. But right now, Zombie and Bari Musauer should have lane choice against anybody because of how good his time was.
Just also think, just to say, 17.967 so far between these lineups that we're going to see comes from Tristan England and JCB Digatron. Keep that in mind as well.
We have made it all the way to the quarterfinal round of the JCB Racing World Championship. The fastest 8 trucks have advanced on. And keep in mind, the winners of these next 4 matchups on this track will also move on to the semifinal round. I already hear some of you screaming, but I need everybody inside of SoFi Stadium to make some noise for the quarterfinal round of the JCB Racing World Championship.
The stage is set here in the JCB Racing World Championship. We're going to try to get down to the Final 4. It's going to be Tristan England and JCB Digatron versus Brianna Mahan and Scooby-Doo. The semifinal trip is on the line. A world champion versus somebody who has taken every advantage to get here thus far. Let's go green.
And there you hear it. JCB Digatron was shut off because we saw Brianna Mahan and Scooby-Doo impede that race lane. Just awaiting some official words, John, from our Monster Jam officials.
Well, Kay,
times will be very important, John.
Absolutely. I think that berm in that same spot is becoming a little tricky. Maybe the dirt is wearing down. The traction is certainly changing. A lot of drivers riding up on that berm and flipping over in that same spot. This is something we saw later on in qualifying yesterday, and we'll see if that's going to pop up now.
You know, John, they say life isn't fair, and in racing, it's not fair either because he will advance. I'm getting word. He will officially advance. Tristan England, JCB Digatron, but we will not have a time, so it looks like he may not have lane choice.
Joined over here by the driver of Lucas Stabilizer, I've got Lindsay Reed, and female competitors still in this JCB Racing competition. Unfortunate run there for Brianna Mahone, but currently Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian on the line. You had a chance to race with her at the Superstar Challenge. What do you think her competitor's in for right now?
I'm super pumped for her. This is her rookie time coming out to the World Finals, and she is just proving herself. She did an awesome job both times. She's super smooth, super consistent, so I think that she's going to give him a run for his money. But also, David has had more time out on the track because he came from last chance qualifier, so it's really anybody's game at this point. I'm fired up.
Thank you so much for your insight. Monster Jam fans, we're going to head on over to KCG in the pits.
I told you earlier that Bakugan Dragonoid and Camden Murphy that they were fixing a broken drive shaft on the truck. Well, once they disconnected the drive shaft, they realized that they had bigger problems on their hands. So if you look behind me, they are working on Bakugan Dragonoid right now. It ended up being a broken third member. This is one of the biggest undertakings for our crew and our technicians. This is also the third broken third member of the day. We'll try to get some insight from our crew chiefs and technicians and drivers later about why that might be happening. But the third member is right in the center of the rear housing. It's the part that everything connects to, and it's also really difficult to get to because you have to remove everything. So it's a big undertaking. We're not sure if Bakugan Dragonoid is going to make it back for racing, but this crew is certainly trying to make it happen. We'll keep you updated.
This next matchup set up between two drivers making their World Finals debut in the red lane. We're going to see David Olfert and Velociraptor. In the blue lane, we are going to see Jamie Sullivan and Monster Mutt Dalmatian. And Kay, that means the Cinderella story is going to come to an end for one of these competitors in just a few moments.
Absolutely, and you see David Olfert and Velociraptor. He decides to stay in that red lane, pushing Jamie Sullivan and Monster Mutt Dalmatian to the blue. We're going to have to see if that first turn is going to hike her up. We await the official time, and there you have it. The Cinderella story continues. David Olfert, Velociraptor will advance on.
Kay, what a turn of events. What a 24-hour period for David Olfert. He goes from last chance qualifier to Monster Jam World Finals semifinalist in racing.
There, the times are locked in, a 19.501 for David Olfert and Velociraptor.
Our next pair is ready to rock, and we've got two more first-timers for Monster Jam World Finals. Two unbelievable independent teams represented. For Throttle Monster, it's Jurassic Attack and Dalton Whitener. For Team Overboard, it's Zach Garner and Wildside. And this is for a chance at the Final Four. They're inching closer to those lines. They are locked in. Let's go green.
Your semifinals.
Okay, it was another perfect pass from Zach Garner. He needed every bit of it to defeat Jurassic Attack and Dalton Whitener, but he has looked smooth and smooth and smooth every time he gets out there, no matter who he's facing off against.
You absolutely read my mind as we await that official time. Times are there, 18.272.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you look at the track behind me, you know exactly what is going on, and it seems like the Gremlins in World Finals for Camden Murphy, they are back. The bad luck is here. He will not be able to continue. It's official, but that means we're going to get another look, Kay, at Armando Castro and El Toro Loco.
He comes back, and I want to talk a little bit about that. I mean, you never know with motorsports how it's going to shake out. You're at the mercy of these Monster Jam trucks.
With that said, we take it down to the track right here, right now, to see Zombie and Bari Musauer taking on Armando Castro and El Toro Loco. Zombie in the red lane, El Toro Loco in the blue lane. Those outside amber lights are illuminated. They can begin their approach. We're just waiting for them to stop on their starting lines. There they are. Let's go green.
From my vantage, and it will be officially Bari Musauer's Zombie advances on.
This is becoming one of those World Finals racing competitions, Kay, where it looked like everything was lining up maybe for Camden Murphy. Maybe things are lining up for Bari Musauer with a time of 18.887 takes the win.
Wild side will have lane choice, John, with an 18.272. So keep that in mind as well.
And we take a look up at the bracket now that we're down to the final four. You got some Zombie fans in the stands as well. And Kay, the stage is set. We have two unbelievable pairs. JCB Digatron, Tristan England trying to make it two in a row, standing in his way. Maybe the best story in all of Monster Jam right now. That's David Olfert and Velociraptor.
Did you think that this semifinal would shake out the way it is? I mean,
no.
Surprising names up there on the board.
I did not expect to be in a semifinal with no Gravedigger representatives, to be honest with you.
But it remains to be seen, though. But Bari Musauer and Zombie, I mean, we have had World Finals after World Finals where he has been just cut short in multiple different instances. So for him to be there up on the semifinals, kudos to him. Of course, Tristan England, JCB Digatron, looking for a two-time World Finals Racing Championship.
Coming up right now is the semifinal round of the JCB Racing World Championship. The fastest four Monster Jam superstars have made it this far, and now the winners of these next two matchups will make it on into the final round. I don't know about you, Monster Jam fans, but I've been on the edge of my seat because this really has been some wild rides on this track. I know you're excited. I know you're electric. So let me hear you scream if you want to see some more racing.
Looks like our two drivers are set as we get ready to kick off the semifinal round. David Olfert and Velociraptor will take to that red lane. Meanwhile, our reigning racing world champion Tristan England and the brand new JCB Digatron will be in the blue lane. If you look down at the track, you can see those metal plates designed to give those drivers a little bit more traction off the starting line. Each driver beginning their approach. JCB locked in. Velociraptor set. Let's go green.
Digatron. He gets pushed to the blue lane. Then at a wild finish, topples over. Hopefully that will not send him out of this competition.
You know, and that's the thing, Kay, that little tumble there, to me, from all the way up here on the monitor, it doesn't look like it was all that much, but in the meantime, there's the times, 18.662 for JCB Digatron. I hear that Lindsay Noble is standing by with Jamie Garner in El Toro Loco.
And in just a few moments, we will figure out who takes it all here at World Finals. I'm joined by El Toro Loco Yellow's Jamie Garner, who is Wildside Zach Garner's father. What an incredible moment to see your son right now about to pull up to this line. What's going through your head?
You know, honestly, this has been the best Monster Jam ever. That's his first year at Monster Jam World Finals, and then to be here with Tom Mintz this weekend. But for this kid to rock it out and get ready to make it to the final round, hopefully semifinals, you can't ask for any more than this. Proud of me, win or lose.
Well, thank you so much for your insight. In just a few moments, we will get to see who takes a World Finals championship.
You can see the official racing bracket there up on the video board as we await we await the next race there to see who Tristan England and JCB Digatron will be lining up against. You can only imagine what is going through Tristan England and JCB Digatron. He's rolled over. Hopefully nothing's wrong.
You know, Kay, this is becoming one of those things where it's a little bit prophetic, maybe. JCB Digatron, JCB Equipment, JCB World Finals Championship in Racing, and JCB Equipment helped build this building, so maybe all the stars align.
How phenomenal would it be to see JCB get a first-time World Finals Racing Championship right here in the year of the debut?
You know, I talked to Tristan in the hotel the other day. He said, I got that World Finals Championship last year. It meant the world to me. But bringing one home to JCB this year would mean even more, and he's only one step away.
Bringing one home under neutral track conditions as well is huge for any of our drivers.
On the video board, getting a good look there. JCB Digatron rolling back to the pit area. No doubt his crew chief, Howie Dalton's going to take a quick look at him, but it seems like he's going to be good to go in the finals. Now it's time to see who he'll be facing off against. In the red lane, it's Bari Musauer and Zombie. In the blue lane, it's Zach Garner and Wildside. Will the dream continue for the second generation star? A matchup of last rookie of the years. They're set. Let's go green.
To your JCB Racing Finals. You can see the reaction there, an emotional Jamie Garner, his son Zach Garner. Wildside is moving on to the JCB Racing Finals. There you have it, 18.391, and that means he has a lane choice.
Unbelievable turn of events. Look at Jamie Garner. He is welling up on the video board. Yeah, Jamie, one more race before your son is a potential world champion. But Kay, standing in the way is the reigning world champion. We can't take anything away from Tristan England.
I mean, you can see it. Stadium going up against Arena. This is going to be one for the books. Don't forget, though, we're going to be having that bronze medal race as well. Zombies, Bari Musauer will have lane choice, so keep that in mind as well.
You know what? I will never get tired of this shot of Jamie Garner. They can keep the camera on him for the rest of the night. He is so locked in on this race, and of course, with good reason.
Well, keep in mind also, too, Zach Garner and Wildside, I mean, he is the first time main field competitor here at Monster Jam World Finals. I mean, so well deserved. He has been working his tail off, and I mean, at such a young age, I've talked to him, I said, Zach, I mean, you're in your early 20s, and to know where you want to be in life is incredible.
And of course, look, having a dad that also drives a Monster Jam truck, that plays a part, right? You've got access into the industry. You've got access into the life. But that's to take nothing away from Zach Garner because he has worked so hard to get here. The entire Garner family has. But let's flip it back to JCB Digatron. Let's check in with Casey G. Casey, what do you have for us?
Back in the pits, we're shooting JCB Digatron. Tristan England, your reigning Monster Jam World Finals Racing World Champion. Right now you can see the crew and technicians working on the JCB Digatron. Right now there are no major issues. They're just patching up the body, trying to make JCB look as presentable for the racing final as possible. So no major issues on JCB Digatron. Everything is good here in the back as we prepare for the final.
Okay, you know, that's great news for, of course, Tristan England. It's great news for JCB. It's great news for all the Digatron Tristan England fans. But we saw him take that tumble, and we thought maybe this is going to be a situation where he can't come back. So hearing that he is good to go, that means we are going to get the finals that we all want to see.
Absolutely, and I can't wait to see this final round. Again, just a reminder, Wildside will have lane choice. So how do you think that's going to transpire? I mean, Zach Garner has been so fast there in the blue lane, but he's been so smooth as well.
Well, you know, we've talked about it from trackside, even trackside this afternoon, even going back to qualifying. So many drivers have brought this up. They said this is not a typical stadium situation in terms of racing. Even Scott Douglas and I talked about it. They're not used to these turns in stadiums. Arena drivers can feast, and that's what Zach Garner is. But let's not forget, Tristan England, only one season removed from an arena.
I was just going to say that, one season removed from being an arena driver as well. So it's great to see these two going to be lining up and be potential World Finals champions here in just a moment.
It's going to be absolutely incredible to see where this goes. I would love, for one, to hear from Jamie Garner again. I know we just heard from him a few moments ago, but every time I see his face up on these monitors, I just smile. And you know what? Looks like we're getting our wish. Let's hear from Jamie Garner once again.
And you know, over here I've got Jamie Garner, and I can see the emotion in your eyes. I already asked what's going through your mind, but what's really going through your soul right now? There's so much hard work that goes into being an independent team.
You know what? I'm more worked up than my kid is. His crew guy's talking to him right now. That kid is sitting in that truck, cool, calm, and collective. His dad's a nervous wreck, but he's got it cool. You know, to be an independent team, funding all this out of my own pocket, be at the World Finals at Monster Jam, the best event in the world, right here in LA, rocking this place. We're in it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get our opportunity for the first time to have a full-fledged bronze medal race. Because of weather over the last couple of years, we haven't had the opportunity, but they are locked in now. So, are you ready to meet your contenders for the bronze medal here in JCB Racing? In the red lane, it's Bari Musauer, Zombie. And in the blue lane, it's David Olfert, Velociraptor. Okay, this is a former crew chief taking on a driver that he spent years with, talking about David Olfert and Bari Musauer. They are set. Let's go green.
Reviewing the finish from David awaiting to see who your bronze medalist will be.
Tim Hall Jr., the crew chief, thinks that it's Velociraptor.
Ladies and gentlemen, your bronze medalist, David Olfert, Velociraptor!
Okay, the times are up on the board, but I will say this, the times are irrelevant for David Olfert. Goes from last chance qualifier to bronze medalist.
All right, I need everybody up. You know what time it is. I need to hear you out there. Let me see those feet moving. Clap, boom, boom, clap, boom, boom, clap. Blood on your face. I need to hear you out there. Sing. Sing this, we will. All right, let me hear you out there.
From the moment we started, this has been one of the wildest, one of the craziest racing competitions that Monster Jam has ever seen. And now we are down to the final two as we look to crown the newest JCB Monster Jam Racing World Champion. Are you ready to meet your final contenders? Racing in the red lane from Paris, Texas, trying to make it 2 racing world championships in a row. Tristan England, JCB Digatron. His opponent in the blue lane in his first ever World Finals appearance, trying to make history from Fortville, Indiana, Zach Garner, Wild Side, Los Angeles, let's crown a champion!
Champion, Zach Garner, Wild Side!
Kay, did you see the embrace from Tom Meents and Jamie Garner?
It was almost as if Tom's son wanted himself, Zach Garner, your JCB Racing World Finals Champion! Smooth, consistent John throughout the entire rounds of races.
What a moment for independent monster truck teams. What a moment for Overboard Racing. What a moment for the Garner family. And what a moment for that young man, your world champion, Zach Garner. Okay, you look at the moment that's transpiring right there on the track. It's a great show of sportsmanship from the runner-up, Tristan England. He knows what this moment is like. Tristan, a second-generation monster truck driver as well. But wow, what an unbelievable moment for Zach Garner.
Zach Garner, wild side. I mean, I could not be more happier for this young man to add this to his resume. He is a 2024 World Finals JCB World Champion in racing. And you can just see the emotions, not only from Tom Meents, but from Jamie Garner, his father. I know his family is here as well, with the third fastest pass of the night through this entire field of competition.
And he does it when it matters most. I know it's not the fastest, right? We're not going to put that pass in the record books, but when all of everything was on the line, you're facing a guy who just did this last year, who just captured a championship, who's trying to stamp and solidify a brand new truck. Zach Garner has ice in his veins.
He is so cool, calm, and collective at all times. And we are seeing this super glue glued to the action replay right now. Every single turn, followed by that last turn there into the straightaway. Unbelievable from Zach Garner, wild side.
You know, just like we drew up the JCB World Championship in racing with Zach Garner taking the win, David Olfert taking the bronze medal. I mean, this kid is a fan favorite here in Los Angeles. The reaction when he crossed the finish line was absolutely electric. And you know what, LA? Let's hear it one more time for Zach Garner, your racing world champ. Zach Garner is standing right by. He's waiting to accept his championship, his trophy, his medal. There he is. Yeah, you did it, kid.
What a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the stage and the video board for the presentation of our medals for our Monster Jam World Finals Racing Competition. Earning the bronze medal tonight, driving Velociraptor, David Olfert. Earning the silver medal tonight and his second year on the podium, Tristan England, JCB Digatron. And your gold medal winner and a World Finals Racing Champion, Zach Garner, Wildside. A little bit of a dark horse. I mean, you were so impressive in qualifying, and you kept going round and round, and you were flawless. How were you able to keep that truck on rails out there?
You know, honestly, if it wasn't for them crew guys back in the back, Chad and Elvis, everybody back there, Jeff, if it wasn't for all them guys, that truck wouldn't have won this world championship. You know what? This one's for all them guys back there, all the people back at home, and this is for everyone that said we could do it. You know what? We proved it, and we're ready for more!
We got to bring this guy in right here, who was an absolute nervous wreck watching you the entire time. He almost couldn't stand it. What does it mean for you to stand up here on this stage? He brought you into this sport and gave you this opportunity to do this with him here.
You know what? This has always been his dream, to drive a Monster Jam truck and getting to be able to come out here and live out my dream as well and following his footsteps. If it wasn't for this man right here, I wouldn't be doing this. I don't even think I would probably be into monster trucks as much as I am. But you know what? This was for him, and thank you, Dad. I love you.
Ladies and gentlemen, your World Finals racing champion, Zach Garner.
The embrace from Jamie Garner to his son, a World Finals champion here in JCB Racing. I don't think, John, we could have asked for a better racing bracket, a better outcome, and a better first half of action.
You never know what you're going to get at Monster Jam World Finals. It was evident throughout that entire bracket, and what a way to have it finish. What a culmination. I said it before. It's a testament to the hard work and the blood and the sweat and the tears that people like that do each and every single week, driving all over this country to entertain fans like this. Unbelievable moment for the entire Garner family. But of course, congratulations, Zach Garner, you're world champion.
Absolutely, and if there's any indication from this first half of Monster Jam action what it's going to be like to watch BKT Freestyle, which will be our last competition here at Monster Jam World Finals, we are all in for a treat inside SoFi Stadium. But right now, this is halftime. Be sure to head up to the concourse, grab your official Monster Jam merchandise, and meet us right back here for a BKT Monster Jam World Finals Championship.
Love that energy, Los Angeles. Appropriate that we got some smoke, some pyro coming up because a sandstorm has appeared at the edge of the island, and what could possibly be coming with that sandstorm and all that smoke here in SoFi Stadium. You know, for the past couple days, Fortnite has been dropping little hints here at Monster Jam, going way back to the press conference, and I think it all culminated with that big-time bus-crunching stunt.
Charlie Balkin behind the wheel there. The replay on the video board. Super glued to the action replay. The tumble back on fours, drives around and continues on. Charlie Balkin.
Charlie Balkin knows how to put on an absolute spectacle, and you saw it right there, leaping over the bus, rolling the truck, saving the truck, coming back around, hitting it 2 more times for good measure. We got to talk about the new season of Fortnite coming your way in just about a week, May 24th, and who knows what's going to happen. New characters, we don't even know.
I absolute that Fortnite is part of Monster Jam, especially for World Finals. What an incredible teaser we've had all week long. Like you said, culminating right here. It's fantastic.
Okay, I'm just going to say this. From the Fortnite Stunt to the debut of Sparkle Smash to DJ Malski tearing it up to the unbelievable racing competition, this is what World Finals in Los Angeles is all about! You know, Kay, we've been hanging out at this main stage all day, going back to the middle of the afternoon. I said before, we have so much Monster Jam knowledge. We got so much talent in the host team this year. I think it's time we check in with some of them. Fans have seen a lot of us over the last few minutes, but I want to hear from Casey G. I know, Casey, you're back there in the pits. You are getting all the information you need. What do you have for us, Casey?
Well, we've got 24 drivers that are getting set and ready for our final competition of the day. So I wanted to give you an update on the trucks, on the Monster Jam fleet before we enter Monster Jam Freestyle. I know during Monster Jam Racing, there were some trucks that were having some issues, like Cole Bernard in the Black Pearl. He was not able to make it back from Monster Jam Racing because of some electrical issues with the EFI. That truck has now been fired. It is set and ready for Monster Jam Freestyle. If you remember back to Monster Jam Racing, Bakugan Dragonoid's Camden Murphy won his race, but was not able to make it back out on the track because of a broken third member. The new third member is now in. It is hooked up. Bakugan Dragonoid is set and ready to go. And last but not least, Blake Granger and Max D having some issues with the RII. They swapped out the RII box, and once again, that truck is set and ready to go. So as of now, it looks like you're going to have a full fleet for Monster Jam Freestyle. And guys, I will tell you, back here in the pits, it has been crazy all night long, but right now, it is the coolest, it is the calmest, it's the most collected that it's been. So I think everybody's ready for Monster Jam Freestyle.
We want to thank you so much, Casey, for that update. And of course, redemption should be some of our drivers' full front mindset here coming into our next competition. But John, we're witnessing the wave right now here at SoFi.
That's the thing. Casey is saying how crazy it is in the pits. It is crazy out here in the stands at SoFi Stadium. Fans just so locked in, but they are happy to hear that we have a full fleet of drivers competing in Monster Jam Freestyle. So I think now it's the perfect time to maybe check in with Lindsay Noble and the reigning Freestyle World Finals champion.
Thank you, John. Over here in crew seating, it is, and dare I say, lit. It is so exciting over here. You can see the wave with all of our crew chiefs, all of our drivers, all of our technicians, and it is just a party here at Monster Jam World Finals 23. Like John said, you are a freestyle champion here at World Finals. Do you think you can do it again? And what are you seeing out here on this track to excite?
Man, I walked around this entire floor shaking everybody's hands, just taking a look at these ramps, because there's a lot of stuff out there, and I'll tell you, back in my TV days, I call them landmines, and that's exactly what I see. You're going to have to be careful. There's a lot of opportunity for some huge air, but it's going towards the center. There's a lot more jumps out there as well, so you're going to have to be careful and make sure that you don't land on top of those, possibly rip a housing out of the truck. So it's going to be exciting. It's going to be wild, but you're definitely going to have to plan your freestyle just a little bit in order not to go out there and tear the truck up too early.
And you are one of our most technical drivers. You and I were talking, just sitting here, chill, just talking about not only the transfers, but really what it means to make sure that momentum is going forward. Why is that so important for you and the rest of your teammates?
Yeah, it's definitely something that we've been talking about. And I'm actually over here with my brothers
Diesel Dave and Heavy D, we were talking about how we got to keep the speed up. We got to keep it going because nobody wants to just see us out there driving around. They want to see high pace, wild, crazy action from start to finish. And I'll tell you what, this track is shaping up to be a little bit crazy, and it's going to be interesting. All I can say is I'm glad I'm going later in the lineup. That way I can watch some of these awesome drivers go out there and show me some stuff, and then I got to find that edge that's going to put me back on top.
And lastly, there have been some upsets. Of course, Zach Garner in Wildside, kind of the wild card there, being able to grab that racing championship. And we can only expect that that may happen again here in freestyle. We have 24 of the best Monster Jam drivers. Who are a few that you can think of that Monster Jam fans should look for?
Thunder Roars, obviously. You know, awesome that Zach was out there. It's cool to see an independent driver like that come out, especially as young as he is. That dude was on rails, but I'll tell you what, freestyle's a whole nother ball game. You better buckle up, get tight, buddy, because it's about to get crazy. Let me hear you, SoFi!
SoFi is ready to rock and roll, and Eunice Cruz, who has been in the stands all night long, I know, has been partying as well.
That's right, Kay. I'm out here in the stands. Monster Jam fans, if you're having a good time, let me see you up out of your seats right now. Check out these incredible electric fans. They're having a great time, but we're having a lot of fun, and we're going to see more in just a moment.
All right, family. We need every cell phone light. Cell phone lights. Light it.
Freestyle at World Finals is just raw chaos.
Yeah, that's what you want to see.
It is insane. We get some of the biggest airs, crazy crashes, and everything you could think of, and then some.
You will see some of the wildest things that a 12,000-pound truck shouldn't be doing.
You want to go out there and lay it all out on the line.
To be a part of Monster Jam history is something that I'll never forget.
Coming off of World Finals freestyle win, I definitely have a target on my back. It's go big or go home, and that's why we always see something fantastic.
You have to be brave to go out there and to do something that none of these other drivers are doing.
So homie, if you're ready for the show, nothing left to be said, just get ready to get this go.
All right, family, now it's time. It's time to be the light of the world. Light it up. Let me see those cell phone lights. All right, you have to follow me. You ready? Here we go. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Somebody scream!
We have reached the pinnacle of tonight's event. This is BKT Freestyle World Finals Championship.
Let's hear it for Megalodon and Corey Rummel. Megalodon Fire coming out and doing exactly that, lighting the freestyle competition on fire. But it looks like the run comes to an early NK due to some breakage. That's a real hard landing there.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, it takes a lot because he's the first one out as well. So I know the nerves are definitely hitting as well.
Right there, it looks like maybe a busted planetary, maybe an inner, maybe an outer axle. That's going to end the run every single time, though.
Most definitely. We want to acknowledge, so up on the video board, some of the criteria that you, the fans, are going to be using at judgeszone.com as well.
Of course, now remember the driver has to fill at least 30 seconds to get a score, which Corey Rummel did. And if they don't fill at least a minute, whatever score you and the expert judges come up with, he's going to lose a full point, which means if it comes up to a 7.4, it's down to a 6.4. And there are the scores on the board right there. Finishes with a 5.887. That is the official score for Corey Rummel and Megalodon. Take another look up at the video board there in a moment and just see some of the other things you want to be looking for. Balance, flow, momentum, using all of the obstacles. And here at World Finals, there are plenty of obstacles for these drivers to make sure they attack. You want to keep all that in mind, plus that little bit extra, that special wow factor.
Taking a look at the track, there's definitely a lot of different obstacles that, you know, our drivers can choose from. And the way that our dirt squad, our JCB dirt squad has cut some of these ramps and made some different obstacles and allowed these different jumps, I think our drivers are going to be very creative as we continue through these rounds.
You know, I know they went ahead and they pulled out the high jump ramp, but that is still pretty steep. And I think a lot of drivers are going to look to try to hit that and get some huge air here in sci-fi.
John, right now we're going to be showing our recovery team clearing some of that debris off of the track before we get set here for our second competitor here in the BKT World Finals Freestyle Championship.
You know, the reason why that's important, Kay, some of the fans up in the stands, they might look down and say, why are they bothering to do that? Well, you can pop a tire on some jagged pieces that are down there, and that will end a freestyle run almost immediately. So you want to make sure that you're setting up all of the drivers for success, especially when you have a car or a bus down there.
And a pop tire is not something that you want to end your World Finals bid as well. So kudos to our USHRA safety officials, our JCB Dirt Squad, making sure that everything is ready to go here as we're going to continue on in freestyle here in just a moment.
You know, Kay, one of the things I like to do throughout the series is I like to give a shout out to the USHRA safety officials, to the JCB Dirt Squad. We've got a packed house here in SoFi, so let's give a huge round of applause for all of the unsung heroes at Monster Jam. You would not be at Monster Jam World Finals without them.
This is your two-time World Finals Freestyle Champion, coming out to the track, Jim Kohler, Avenger. Jim Kohler, Avenger, a Freestyle World Finals Champion 2003 and 2011, as he makes his mark here out on the track.
Jim Kohler always doing something special for World Finals. In this year's event, he decided to pay tribute to the graffiti culture here in Los Angeles with that Avenger body. Make some noise for Avenger. And you can see Jim's son, Chris Kohler, looking on. He dropped the monster mutt just for the night to be here and crew with his dad. He's talking to him. Of course, now head on over to judgeszone.com. Use the code JAM to lock in your scores. That goes for the expert judges and all the fans here in the stands.
The abuse that Monster Jam truck takes week in and week out, and then coming to World Finals, John, that is incredible. We saw the rollover just to end his freestyle run, but I mean, big air, big wow moments there from Jim Kohler and Avenger.
And you know what, Kay? I'm not going to lie. I think if he had about 4 to 6 more feet, he probably saves that truck. Just comes a little too close to the boundary, and of course, you just run out of room, and that's how it happens sometimes. But right there, I thought he was about to roll it back over. A huge hand for Jim Kohler, one of the best to ever do it. Let's turn our attention up to the video board and your scores from judgeszone.com.
Your scores are locked in. There it is, a 6.708.
Competitors out of the 24, but one thing we haven't seen is a Morgan and Morgan backflip attempt, and I gotta guess that one is coming pretty soon. But we've got Jim Kohler's run on replay, and it was a wild ride as you expected. I think a lot of people would have wanted to see Jim Kohler be out there for a little bit longer.
Yeah, most definitely. But I mean, we're only 2 in as we're going to get ready here for our third competitor coming up after we see this replay here. Are you guys ready for some more World Finals freestyle? Coming up next, it's Kristen Anderson, Grave Digger. She's lining up. Will it be the approach of the Morgan and Morgan backflip? She lands it for the people. 22 seconds left, and now the clock is stopped at 19, and I believe that's probably where we'll end, John.
Yeah, it looks like she busted up that rear BKT tire, and I have been given word that the run is over. Let's hear it for Kristen Anderson. Monster Jam fans, now you have to head on over to judgeszone.com. Use the code JAM. You've got less than 30 seconds to lock in those scores, so work quickly. The expert judges look like they are already locked in, so now you've got to do your part as we look to crown a World Finals champion. Kay, very good run from Kristen Anderson.
Super solid run there, and she finishes with the Morgan and Morgan backflip. Scores are locked in. Your score to beat, 6.708 from Jim Kohler and Avenger. Your score for Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger is 7.483. She's now your new leader. So that puts her at the top spot right now, 7.483 right now. Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger, as we have seen 3 Monster Jam drivers. Now let's check in with Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger.
And you can obviously recognize that last name. This is her older brother, Ryan. All smiles here. We saw you cheering. Incredible run there out of Kristen Anderson. What did you think of that?
Man, I was so excited for my little sister. She's so amazing. She's stuck in the little tiny arenas all year long, and this is the only time she gets to open that Gravedigger truck up. I was so stoked for her. All you girls, let her hear it. Kristen Anderson, blonde to the bone!
A very happy brother there as we continue things on here with our next competitor to hit the track, Zach Gardner, your 2024 JCB World Finals Racing Champion, Wild Side! Can he double it down here tonight and become a Freestyle World Finals champion?
I gotta be honest, Kay, I don't think Jamie Garner, his dad, could handle it.
Clock has paused there for Zach Gardner and Wildside at 85 seconds.
Very good start to the run. If he can refire, he is going to be on his way. The clock will remain paused. Of course, Kay, we're going to give all these drivers every opportunity to continue.
Those staging lights still on green here for Zach Gardner and Wildside as we await the official word for our USHRA safety officials.
Kay, they're telling us now that he was not shut off. The truck did shut off on its own, which is why those green lights are still indicated. That means if he can fire that truck under his own power, he can continue at any moment. But now it's whether or not, and I've just been told that the run is over. He is not able to refire the truck. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for your racing world champion, Zach Gardner, Wildside. You do have to give him a score at judgeszone.com with the code JAM. Lock it in. We're down to about 15 seconds for you to decide on a score and click submit to make sure that your score is counted among the thousands and the expert judges.
We might not see, of course, now with that being said, a double down winner here tonight, but you know, there's always next year.
It would have been absolutely incredible, whether the score held up or not, to see Zach Gardner put on a run that maybe could have won, but I think leaving 85 seconds on the clock is going to be far too much.
Yes, absolutely. Those scores are locked in. 3.550 is the official score for Zach Gardner and Wildside.
Well, I wanted to take a second to talk about one of the most important components on the Monster Jam truck for Monster Jam Freestyle, and that is the shock. So every Monster Jam truck has 4 shocks on the front, 4 shocks on the back, 8 shocks total. Now, if you look here at the bottom of the shock, this part actually extends out, and this is what allows for the travel of the shock. The vessel right here on the front, this is where the nitrogen is, and the oil is on the back side. Now, if you look here at the top, you'll see that these are actually connected. The oil and the nitrogen can flow, and when it flows freely, that's what makes for a softer shock setup. But if you look right here, you'll see this little nozzle. You can actually turn this knob, and it will restrict the flow of the nitrogen and the oil. And it's kind of like if you took a garden hose and you kinked it, it would restrict the flow of the water. And that is what makes, it's kind of the same thing on the shock. That's what makes for a firmer shock setup. So for something like Monster Jam Freestyle, where these trucks are getting 10, 20, 30, 40 feet in the air, you need a firmer shock setup to absorb the shock. If you don't have that, then the shock is going to bottom out. It's going to be really hard on the components of the truck, and it's also going to be really hard on the driver. So these play a pivotal part in today's Monster Jam Freestyle.
Casey, thank you so much for that insight and look at the shocks. And like she said, the shocks are going to play a crucial and key role, especially with that ski jump over there as well, John. So a lot of hard-hitting action is going to happen on the track. Those shocks need to be perfect.
You know what? This is the last time the fans here in LA are going to be able to see their racing world champion. So Los Angeles, one more time for Zach Garner and Wildside here tonight.
The BKT Freestyle leaderboard is up on the video board, so keep your eyes locked. But Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger, currently your score to beat 7.483.
Monster Jam fans, one of the best mechanics and drivers straight out of Lafayette, Louisiana. Let's make some noise for our boy, Cody Saucier Dragon!
Make some noise for Cody Saucier and Dragon. A nice ovation from the crew over there in crew seating for Cody Saucier. You want to talk about driving that thing till the wheels fall off. That's exactly what he did right there, Kay, as everybody is locking in those scores at judgeszone.com. I think that might be the best run start to finish that we've seen so far.
Absolutely. I honestly thought he was broke right after hitting the Morgan & Morgan backflip, but he was able to peel off, continue that run.
I actually think he may have broken after the Morgan & Morgan backflip, and the second hard landing is what knocked the wheel off.
All right, your scores are locked in. Let's take a look. Your score to beat 7.483. Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger. Your score for Cody Saucier, and Dragon is sitting with a new leader, 7.812.
You can see as his crew chief, Kai Campbell, currently going ahead and watching on. And I saw you continue to communicate there with him. What were you guys saying to each other?
I was just telling him to just go out there, have a good time, and get crazy with it. It was awesome. Who had a good time watching that?
Of course, we had so many cheers in the audience right now. An incredible score there puts him on the top. How did you set that truck up for success?
Make sure she's tight all around and just go out there and have a blast, man. Go out there and have a great freaking time.
Well, congratulations on a great run from your Dragon team. Monster Jam fans, make some noise again for Dragon.
You know, Kay, I think it seems like the crowd here in SoFi Stadium, the expert judges, they agreed with our assessment. Again, I don't know if that score is going to hold up, and honestly, a 7.812 probably won't, but so far, everybody here at SoFi thinks Cody Saucier laid down the best run.
To be honest, though, this scoring, I think this all day today has been so fair, has been so competitive as well. So, I mean, a really good solid score for Cody. I think it's going to hold strong? Probably not. I mean, we've got a great field of competition. We've got a lot of great drivers coming up. So, a big score there to kick things off with our fifth competitor, Cody Saucier, 7.812.
Let me ask you this, Kay, because it's an interesting situation. So far, we've seen all 5 drivers not be able to fill the entire time because they are trying to go crazy and win a world championship, but you have to strike the balance a little bit of being able to maybe just get more out of your time. I think that's what the expert judges, I think that's what the fans are looking for right now.
Well, I've talked to some of the drivers, and they thought, they're just going to go all out from the first hit, but then some of the drivers, like we've just witnessed, Cody Saucier and Dragon, just kind of made sure that they filled all of their time. So, but we've got some insight there. We're going to throw it over to Lindsay Noble.
Coming up next, Jurassic Attack, and I'm joined by his crew chief, Mason Paul. Now, we've got to say that currently your driver is going to be the first time ever here in the main field. Do you guys have any strategy to win here?
Oh, we actually, in fact, do. Before he actually came out here, I had my phone in his cab. We were watching live. So if you're not watching live, you better be watching live. Dalton's already seen the track. He already knows what to hit. Guys, Jurassic Attack is coming. You guys have no idea what we have planned. I cannot wait to watch my best friend burn this truck to the ground for all you fans. So let me hear some noise. Who's ready to see Jurassic Attack burn it down for freestyle?
So deserving, Dalton White, Jurassic Attack, about to attack the track there in just a moment.
And it's hard to compete with the energy of Mason Paul. He is always on 10.
We're going to get ready to see the driver coming up, Dalton White, Jurassic Attack. He looks to the Morgan & Morgan backflip.
Keep it going for Jurassic Attack. Dalton Whitener's first appearance at Monster Jam World Finals. Jurassic Attack's first appearance at Monster Jam World Finals. Lock those scores in for that man. And Kay, I am not surprised that he's the first driver to fill the entire clock, because that's what Dalton Whitener does.
Listen, in the 2024 season for Dalton Whitener, he's only had 2 freestyle wins in that series, but he laid down such a consistent run here, especially on such a big track. Scores are locked in. Your score to beat Cody Saucier Dragon, 7.812. Your score for Jurassic Attack is... a huge score, 8.142. Now puts him in the top spot.
Dalton Whitener, you did exactly what we wanted you to do, buddy. I can't be any more prouder than I am right now of you. You nailed it. You did a perfect run. Everybody here at Throttle Monsters loves you. Thank you for busting your butt and for coming out here and showing all these awesome Monster Jam fans exactly what Team Throttle Monsters is all about. Congratulations, buddy. We love you.
Mike Christensen, look, one of the co-owners there of Team Throttle Monster. You've toured with them all season long.
Absolutely. Basically the captain of Team Throttle Monster, and that is encouraging words, and they're incredibly well-deserved for Dalton Whitener. Lays down an excellent run. Kay, sometimes an arena driver comes out here to Monster Jam World Finals, they get lost in the sauce out on a track this big. Not Dalton Whitener. Hit almost every obstacle. Perfect backflip. Great run.
Definitely a great run that lands him the top spot right now. The score to beat again, 8.142 from Dalton Whitener and Jurassic Attack. We're going to continue things right along here in our BKT Freestyle World Finals Championship. This is Todd LeDuc, Megalodon. Todd LeDuc and Megalodon, a 2-time World Finals champion in his own right, ready to take to the track here. I know something's going to be real exciting we're going to see from Todd.
And of course, one of those titles right here in the freestyle competition. And I think if I know Todd, he's probably a little salty about how racing went. We'll see if he takes it out on the track. Put your hands together for Megalodon. Todd LeDuc throwing down a good run. And now you've got to let him know what you thought of that run over at judgeszone.com. The code is JAM for Todd LeDuc and Megalodon. And that's what all of you in the stands are working with. That's what our expert judges are working with. Kay, it seemed like Todd started off really strong, slowed down just a bit. And then I think maybe that's what bit him. There's a little bit of loss of momentum there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think we were waiting for some big air, some big crazy moves there from Todd LeDuc from what we have remembered back in past World Finals Day. Of course, he left 44 seconds on the clock, so I think that will make a lot of sense as well on the scores that we're going to see here in just a moment from our Monster Jam fans. But nonetheless, Todd LeDuc and Megalodon ends his run. We're going to go straight to the scores. Your score for Megalodon coming up, 5.959.
Cody, after having a little bit more seat time out there on the track, talk to us about what it felt like out there for Monster Jam Freestyle. This track looks like a playground for those Monster Jam trucks.
Absolutely, not at all what I thought it would be out there on the track. What they said in the driver's meeting, they put it on paper, said, hey, here's what we're going to cut. We're going to push this up. But man, I come out here and walked it for 2 minutes. Got to ride around with the track guys, take a good look at it. It was like, holy moly, this stuff is steep. It's like every hit out there is like a slap wheelie jammer, and the depth perception is really hard to judge. I got lost twice. I felt like I could have front flipped it twice, but hey, I was out there trying to fill the time, trying to make that 1 minute mark so I could get that additional 1 point. And that was probably the hardest hit right there at the end I've ever took in a Monster Jam truck. It wiped the whole front housing out. That's the most damage I've ever done. But man, what a great time we've had here in LA. Monster Jam World Finals. I got up here and everybody said this place is a party. Make some noise!
I think Cody hit it on the head right there. You know, it's really about chess right here, and he's making sure that he created that extra point, that 1 point that he could finish the 60 seconds that he needed to get that score.
It's funny, I thought you were going to say he hit the nail on the head when he called this night a party. But either way, I think Cody Saucier is spot on. We get a good look at what's left of Megalodon right there.
Let's meet our next driver. It is David Olford, Velociraptor. The clock has paused at 60 seconds. They're going to give him 59 seconds. It sounds like a transmission there from Velociraptor.
Hey, sorry about that. That's what I was going to say. It sounded like it just slipped. And yes, that's exactly what happened. The run is over. Let's hear it for Velociraptor. You know what to do. Lock those scores in right now at judgeszone.com. JAM is the code. K. I think that's very unfortunate because I think we were witnessing the start of the best run we've seen so far.
I mean, these Monster Jam trucks, especially his, you've got to think, he was in last chance qualifier, he was then in racing, and now in freestyle. I mean, there's been a lot of wear and tear just in 1 day, 2 days here for Velociraptor. So keep that in mind too. I'm sure that truck is definitely fatigued.
And you know, I don't want to take anything away from that man, David Olford. He's worked so hard to get to where he is right now. I mentioned before, he was the crew chief for Bari Musauer. He built the truck that Brianna Mahan started running later on in her career. He's worked so hard to get to where he's at. He won the last chance qualifier to make it here. He's a bronze medalist in racing. He deserves all the accolades he can get.
We're going to go straight to scores. Your score for Velociraptor coming up on the video board, and you gave him a score of 6.339. There you have it, the BKT Freestyle Leaderboard. Dalton Wider and Jurassic Attack, 8.142 is the score to beat.
Okay, one of the things I noticed up on that last slide was that the experts were over a full point better than what the fans thought. And I think they saw what we saw was that momentum out on the track from David Olford.
Let's meet our next driver, Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. She lines up to the Morgan backflip. Lands it for the people.
That rear left tire took a beating. We'll see if she can continue. So far, so good.
The clock is paused at 6 seconds. And goes for another one.
Keep it going for Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Jamie Sullivan determined to break the rear end off of that truck, Kay. These fans got to lock in their scores. We get our first 2 backflips in one run, and it comes from Jamie Sullivan.
The wow factor there from Jamie Sullivan. We take a look at the super glue glued to the action replay, lands it off of the 8-pack, and then goes for the trench box at the far end of the track.
That's a great point. She really varied it up. The 8-pack and the trench box are 2 different disciplines when you talk about hitting for the backflip.
Scores are locked in. Dalton Wider and Jurassic Attack is your score to beat with an 8.142. SoFi, your score for Jamie Sullivan and Monster Mutt Dalmatian is... with the new leader, 8.248. So she now is on top of the leaderboard, 8.248. Jamie Sullivan and Monster Mutt Dalmatian now takes the lead. We're going to check in right now with Chelsea Van Cleve, driver of El Toro Loco.
Man, that freestyle out there, that was awesome. To see Jamie Sullivan go out there and hit that container, that was insane. These females out here that represent all of us on this track, we have Jamie Sullivan, Kristen, Lindsay. They kill it out here. I'm already losing my voice because I've been screaming for everyone. Are you guys ready for some more freestyle?
John, I love to hear the insight from some of these drivers, and of course we love to see them cheering each other on like that.
Well, you know, sometimes it's the insight that's fantastic, and sometimes it's just the energy, and I love to see that from Chelsea Van Cleve. By the way, great to see Chelsea Van Cleve from our international series right here hanging out at Monster Jam World Finals.
We see a lot of heavy hitters out there waiting at their turn here as we're going to continue things on here. Monster Jam Freestyle again. We have a new leader, of course, Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian.
And you know what, Kay? I think so far the expert judges and all the fans in the stands, I think they've gotten it right. I think when you look at what we've seen so far, there is no doubt that Monster Mutt Dalmatian and Jamie Sullivan has been the best run thus far. Let's check in with KCG.
Well, Camden, I know that earlier in the racing competition, you were so bummed because we weren't able to bring you back in the bracket, dealing with some issues on the truck, a broken third member. Props to the crew in the back for working so hard to try to get you back for racing. Is freestyle your opportunity to get a little bit of redemption?
Absolutely. When it comes to the World Finals, Murphy's Law comes absolutely hardcore for me. But hey, it is what it is. My crew chief Craig and all the UNOH technicians behind the scene make sure Bakugan's back to 110% because this is our year. We're taking one. It doesn't matter if it's racing. Doesn't matter if it's freestyle. We're going out here getting wild. This track is treacherous out here, but that's not stopping us. We're going to get insane. You guys ready for some more Monster Jam freestyle?
Again, love the energy from Camden Murphy. I talked to him after racing and he just looked at me and he shrugged and he said, you know, that's how it goes sometimes with regards to the breakage. And I've known Camden a long time. We started in Monster Jam at the same year and I just looked at him and I said, hey man, you've got another chance to go out there and win a world championship if you want to. It's all right in front of you.
I mean, that's just kind of how the cookie crumbles there for him. I mean, he's had some bad luck at previous World Finals, and I think right now he is locked in to make sure that that freestyle is going to be epic from him.
Camden always says it's Murphy's Law. Whatever can go wrong will go wrong when he shows up at Monster Jam World Finals. But you know what? I want the luck to turn for him really bad because not only is he talented, he's immensely competitive, and I know that he wants to throw down out there. He's coming up in just a little bit in Monster Jam Freestyle, competing for another world championship. But let's go back to the action, Kay.
Most definitely, we're going to get to know our next driver hitting the track here in BKT Freestyle World Finals Championship. It's Brianna Mahan, dubbed the Princess of Carnage in Scooby-Doo. Let's hear it for Brianna Mahan and Scooby-Doo. Scoring is now open. Remember, the code is JAM. And of course, the QR code up on the video board. We take a look at the super glue glued to the action replay. Make sure you use that replay. It is a highlight package of all the great moves throughout the run of each of our competitors. And we're seeing this highlight package now. She hits the Morgan & Morgan backflip, goes pretty high to the sky there, and just lands on the side. So her run is done here as we get set to see what your scores will be, what our expert judges' scores will be at judgeszone.com. Get those scores locked in. Scores are in. Now let's take a look at the video board. Your score for Scooby-Doo is... You gave her a score of 7.256.
Hanging out back in the stands with Jack. He said he wanted to talk to me for a little bit, and I'm actually going to have you do something really fun up here on the video board. Coming up next, we have our Helmet Shuffle, official produced by Monster Jam. You're going to see 3 helmets that are going to bounce around, and you'll see a trophy. There it is on the video board. You're going to see a trophy. In a moment, the helmets will freeze, then they will drop and cover the trophy. Okay. They're going to spin around, and then once they stop after that, you're going to have to try to guess which helmet the trophy is underneath. Jack, do you think you can do it?
I think I can do it.
All right, I have faith in you. You look like a very smart guy. I think you really know this. I think you've done a helmet shuffle before. So let's go ahead and get those helmets frozen, and let's see if Jack can get this answer right. Here we go. All right, so as you can see, they're spinning up right now. They covered the trophy, and they're spinning pretty fast. I'm actually having a hard time keeping up with what the answer is, but maybe these Monster Jam fans can guess it. So you think the answer is 1. I see a lot of different crowd reactions too. All right, let's see if you're right. Let's take a look at the video board. Well, it's not underneath of helmet number 1. And it's not under 3. So it's under 2. One of the fans is actually right. It's okay. Jack, that was still great. Thanks for talking to me, buddy. I appreciate it. Sit tight, everyone.
Los Angeles, I need you guys to focus on us right now because we're getting ready to introduce this next driver. This is our baby brother. So on the count of 3, I want this whole stadium to say, hit the bell. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, hit the bell!
Let's hear it for Gravedigger. Weston Anderson came out like a house on fire, and maybe that's what cost them ultimately, but a very good run and a wild ride. Regardless of the score you and the judges come up with, he will lose 1 point for failing to fill at least 1 minute of the run. Kay, a wild ride. That's kind of what we've been used to with Weston Anderson.
Absolutely, and you got to keep this in mind, though. Weston Anderson and Gravedigger, I mean, he comes in with 32 freestyle wins the 2024 season. There he is, Weston Anderson, Gravedigger.
It's still a good ovation for him. We just got a shot from crew seating of the rest of the Anderson siblings and the Gravedigger team. I think it was Adam Anderson that just looked at the camera and shrugged because he knows that's how it goes sometimes. That's the way the truck bounces.
Your scores are in. Let's take a look at those scores coming up on the video board. You gave him a 6.278.
She's driving Lucas Stabilizer. It is Lindsay Reed. And Lindsay, I want to take a moment to talk about some of the more technical aspects to the way that the track is built for Monster Jam Freestyle. I know that a lot of the drivers before the event will drive around the track or will walk around the track to specifically look at the way that the ramps are built. Talk to us about how that affects the way that the truck moves on the track.
This is huge. I mean, you got to walk around there and see exactly how they are all built so you know how to hit them and where you're going to land on the other side because there's so many things out there that can trip you up. So you have to have your truck pointed in just the right direction to land it to be able to get on to the next one and move on from your run. We've seen some amazing stuff out here already. I'm super pumped up and it makes me super nervous because I still got to follow up on all these guys and all these girls out here that have been killing it. So if you guys are ready for some more Monster Jam Freestyle, let me hear you make some noise!
We are on to our next competitor, Bryce Kenny, Great Clips Mohawk Warrior.
Make some noise for the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. Bryce Kenny pushed that truck to the limit, knocked that BKT tire right off the hub. He's also going to get a 1-point deduction from the scores given by the fans and the judges, but that's what you should be doing right now, is locking in those scores. The code is JAM. Okay? Maybe just another case of pushing the truck just a little bit too hard here today.
You have to think, too, I mean, he was in another competition besides JCB Racing, so a lot of fatigue on that truck as well. I mean, but kudos to him. He was off to a great start there.
He was in the high jump competition, very hard landing. He rolled over in the racing competition, so maybe just the truck having all that it could take at this point.
A big shout out and kudos, though, to his crew chief, Matt Del Santer, though. I mean, they had to replace some steering issues. They had some housing issues. I mean, a lot of these technicians as well, though. I mean, a lot of work has gone into making sure everything goes right.
It's a 5.013 for Bryce Kenny and the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior.
The clock is paused at 41 seconds. Sounds like he lost second gear. Waiting the official word if he can continue on.
There's the entire El Toro Loco team up there on the video board, and I've just been told that the run is over. Let's hear it for California's own Armando Castro. Lock in those scores at judgeszone.com. For that man up on the video board right now, JAM is the code. Okay, you know what? Regardless of the outcome here for Armando Castro, he can hold his head up high because he's already been a world champion here today.
He is a world champion. He's a series seasons champion. What an incredible run here in the 2024 season for this young man as we await those scores to get locked in here at judgeszone.com. A couple more seconds left here as we await those scores. Scores are in. Let's see that score for El Toro Loco. It is a 7.483, and standing by with Lindsay Noble is Fernando Martinez.
Monster Jam fans, you saw El Toro Loco over here. You saw the entire team on display. You've got his crew chief right here, his third guy. You've got two other El Toro Loco drivers here. I'm joined by Fernando Martinez. And Fernando, what an incredible run from already now a World Finals champion. What were your thoughts going on?
Man, I was just like, all right. Get a couple seconds into it, and he was getting into it, man. He was laying it down. I could tell once he started getting fired up, that Latino heat, it started coming out, baby. But it sounded like the transmission started going out, man. I know if he wanted to, he would have burned that truck to the ground.
And when you're looking at this freestyle track, not only with Armando, but of course there's so much more to come. What did you guys really think of this track style, and what do you think the other competitors can do?
You know, I think there's a lot of moments where you can pick your spots. You can be really crazy. You can be really safe. Honestly, I think you just got to send it. Hope for the best. You guys got to cheer everybody on. Let's go!
Coming up next, we got Caleb Blood, Soldier Fortune. The clock is paused at 101 seconds, but it will be the end there.
Oh man, Kay, that is so disappointing. Caleb Blood with an unbelievable save, but the truck cannot go on. Ladies and gentlemen, she will not get a score at judgeszone.com. Just happened too early in the run. You have to finish at least 30 seconds to get a score from judgeszone.com. I don't know exactly what went wrong with the truck, but Kay, that's how it goes sometimes.
From my advantage, I believe it was a 4-link bar. Could be a tie rod. I can't really see right now with that ramp there. But there it is. You can see that ramp there out on the track.
All right, Monster Jam fans, I'm hanging out with Lewis, and clearly you can see he really loves El Toro Loco. Really quick, we're going to do a driver trivia. I want to see how much you know about these drivers. Zach Garner is going to pop up on the video board, and there's a championship question I want you to try to guess. Take a look at that video board.
What are these Monster Jam truck bodies made of? A, steel, B, plastic, C, bubblegum, D, fiberglass. If you know the answer, let me hear you.
All right. What are Monster Jam truck bodies made of? Do you think, Lewis, it was A, B, C, or D? You have so many fans out here that are wanting to help you. So what do you think it is?
D.
You think it's D? Is that your final answer? Okay, let's take a look at that video board and see what are Monster Jam truck bodies made of, A, B, C, or D? The answer is correct, D, fiberglass. And guess what? You're going to take home this Monster Jam truck with you. This is our son of a digger, low C LMT, solid 4-wheel axle drive Monster Jam truck. take it to your backyard, take it to your own track. Monster Jam fans, if you want this, check it out at lowc.com. One more time for Lewis.
Her second year competing here with Monster Jam and her very first Monster Jam World Finals. It is Jamie Gardner. Oh, I'm sorry. Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Jamie, way to lay it down for Monster Jam Freestyle. You didn't just land one backflip. You went for the second one, and you didn't just have the fans up on their feet. You had all of the drivers, all the crew up on their feet as well.
You know, definitely exciting. I told everyone I was going to be leaving this puppy right in the dirt, and that's exactly what I did. My first time ever hitting the trench box. Obviously, we had a little bit too much throttle and momentum to it, but man, that's what it's all about. It's about all these wrecks out here. I feel so bad for Kayla. I was hoping she was going to go over and take that top spot, but man, hopefully got some greater drivers coming up and they can do something else.
You've got to feel so proud of what you've done so far at World Finals, making it far into the bracket for Monster Jam Racing and laying it down for freestyle.
Oh yeah, definitely for sure. You know, I grew up racing cars my entire life. My dad got me into that when I was about 9 years old. So now to be actually living my dream out here on the Monster Jam track, doing something in racing, and now also in freestyle. I'm so pumped about it. I got my family here. I got my boyfriend here. Super exciting. So we'll see what's going to happen.
Get those zombie arms moving for Bori Musar, Zombie!
Great catch there by Bari Musauer on just 2 wheels. Make some noise for Zombie! Bari Musauer. All I can say is that is a bad dude out there on the track. Lock those scores in right now at judgeszone.com. Kay, that was a wild ride.
After he hit the Morgan & Morgan backflip, you could see that there was a broken axle there on the front left. But now, there's nothing left of the truck there after this run.
Now there's a broken everything and
yes.
that is a technical term. That is official Monster Jam jargon.
We just made it now.
Absolutely incredible there, just pushing the truck to the limit. I mean, that's been the theme so far, of course, because it's Monster Jam World Finals.
I want to get your asking, do you think this is going to put him at the top spot? Because the scores are in.
I'm going to say we have a new leader. Let's find out.
Let's find out. Do we have a new leader? We do 8.480.
I'm joined over here by David Olfert, Velociraptor, and it is a special weekend because you are Bari Musauer and Zombie's former crew chief, but here you were at World Finals in LA, SoFi Stadium, being able to compete against him. What all does this weekend mean to you?
You know, it's a huge feat, huge dream come true, you know, being part of the last chance qualifier, winning my way in. Yeah, you were right. I was Bari Musauer's crew chief. You know, he won that competition so many years ago. We were the first ones ever, so come out here and just go so many rounds in racing. I was just happy to do that. And truck didn't hold up in freestyle, but that's what happens. You know, Bari, he had a great run going, almost had a spectacular crash coming back to the wheels, but that's what Monster Jam World Finals is all about.
I love to hear that. And you know, obviously Bari, he had so many fans here. They were doing those zombie arms. You were so much a part of that. But being here as his competitor, you also saw him, you watched him just now. What were you really thinking about just in the moment?
Just watching him start to get a flow going. You know, this track, it's really, really tricky. It's really technical. You got to get a flow going. So he started to have a good flow going. The backflip was a huge thing. Once you land a backflip, it just kicks your mojo into high gear, kicks the adrenaline going, and he was going for it. He rolled the dice. It just didn't work out.
Well, thank you so much for your insight, and congratulations on being here as a competitor at World Finals. Monster Jam fans, there is so much more action to come.
So Bari Musauer and Zombie now take the top spot here, and I mean, that run was perfect. He deserves it.
You know what? And to David Olfert, I bet you he's happy he doesn't have to fix that truck anymore because Bari Musauer destroyed it.
We're going to continue things on right now with our 16th competitor, Blake Granger, Max D.
Make some noise for Max D. Blake Granger leaving some time on the clock. Lock those scores in at judgeszone.com. Not a moment to waste. When you can hear the sound of my voice, you know that it is time to get those scores in, whether you're an expert judge or you're a fan in the stands. Kay, what do you think went wrong there for Blake Granger?
Well, I mean, I think just the emotions running. I mean, that run kind of seemed a little bit chaotic. Just to remind you, though, there will be a 1-point deduction, though. I was getting word from our Monster Jam officials. But, you know, we've seen time and time again Blake Granger pulling out some amazing freestyle runs.
That's a great point. Blake Granger is really fueled by emotion. You've seen that over the course of his career. When he was a younger driver, had a lot of trouble reining that in. It seemed like he matured past it. But this is a different thing. This is Monster Jam World Finals, and maybe the adrenaline was just too high.
Scores are locked in here for Max D. Let's see where you put him at in this competition. Keep in mind, one point deduction on his score. You gave him a score of 3.846.
We've got the crew chief of Max D here, Wyatt Havens. Wyatt, some big action out there by Blake Granger and Max D. I know that's not how you guys wanted to finish the run, but nonetheless, good action.
Oh yeah, that was a good start to a good run. Unfortunately, we fell through right there, but we'll get it next time, really.
You guys have been battling truck issues here today. I know that you're tired. You've been working so hard in the back. But talk to us about how, as a team and as a crew chief, you guys have persevered throughout the whole day.
It's been a rough day for us, honestly. Yeah, we've been battling breakage and then no starts and then no shutoffs. So we've been battling it all. But the team back there has been helping me greatly. Honestly, it's teamwork that gets these trucks back out. I'm just really tired. Yeah, we've had a rough day. So let's see some other trucks get out there and throw down.
You heard it. Hats off to the crew and the technicians that have been working hard all day long. We're going to get back to the Monster Jam Freestyle and find out who's going to take the lead here today.
John, a huge kudo to those UNH technicians. I mean, they are just working tirelessly for this World Finals Championship.
Tirelessly is the word. Wyatt said he was tired. He looked tired.
We're going to get ready for the first time tonight. You will see Cole Menard, Black Pearl. Clock is paused at 26 seconds, and he is shut off after the backflip there. Will he be able to continue that run?
I don't know, Kay, but I certainly hope so. It's been a great run from Cole Menard and the Black Pearl, and now I'm being told that the run is over. 26 seconds left on the clock. Let's hear it for Cole Menard and the Black Pearl. You know what to do, Monster Jam fans. Lock those scores in. JudgesZone.com is the place. Scan the QR code. Never too late to get involved in the scoring. Kay, another little bit of bad luck this time for Cole Menard.
He got a lot of height on that backflip, so that might have been the cause of some breakage, whatever that breakage may be there for Cole Menard and the Black Pearl. Nonetheless, we got our first and only look at him here in the freestyle.
It was a great backflip. It looked perfect from up here, but like you said, you never know what might break underneath that Monster Jam truck, and from our vantage point, it is a little hard to tell. Either way, the time is winding down for you to lock in those scores as our next competitor is making his way into the stadium.
We're awaiting those scores here in just a moment. Keep in mind, there is the BKT Freestyle leaderboard. And the scores are in. Your score for Black Pearl is a 7.731.
And I'm joined right now by his crew chief. We've got Connor Bowers here. And Connor wasn't able to race, but was able to make it back here for freestyle. How much does that mean to you and your team?
It meant awesome. You know, I wasn't able to be down there, but my team was down there. Mark Cole, Eddie, Jeff Bauer, JT, everyone was down there getting that truck ready to come out here for freestyle. He was going out there. I said, you know what, just be calm, do what you do. And you know what, sadly, he broke a spindle in the process. But Monster Jam fans, what'd you think of that freestyle from Cole Menard, Black Pearl?
Cole Bernard and the Black Pearl does what he does. Of course, Zombie, though, is still the leader here as we continue things on.
And coming up next, we're going to get a look at one of the best to ever do it. There he is on the big screen.
He's a 5-time World Finals champion, Adam Anderson, Grave Digger.
Make some noise for Adam Anderson. Adam Anderson doing what Adam Anderson does, taking us on a crazy ride through a freestyle competition. Ryan, his brother, always likes to say freestyle is their last name, and Kay, you saw it right there.
I mean, that ended with some of the biggest air we've seen right now here in the BK Freestyle Championship run.
And that's the thing, when you go for that big air, the truck is going to land. It might not land square, and then it's going to throw you. It's going to buck you around, and sometimes, even if you're as great as Adam Anderson, it's going to leave you on your side.
An 8.480 is still a score that can be beaten, and I think he was really going for the high risk.
He was, and I think that's what it's going to take. You know, this has been a good freestyle competition, but I think thus far it's lacked that unbelievable, that little something extra that's spectacular.
Scores are locked in. We're going to go straight to scores. Your score for Adam Anderson and Gravedigger, 4.824.
All right, I'm standing next to Max, and we have a special treat coming up in a moment. We have our Truckin' Pals race up on the video board. You're going to see 3 trucks line by line at a starting line, and I want you to try to guess which one of these trucks is going to take home the win. Right now, we have El Toro Loco, Gravedigger, and Megalodon lined up. Which one do you think is going to win?
Gravedigger.
You think Gravedigger's going to win? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he did win. So let's take a look up there, and let's see. Looks like Gravedigger's already in the lead. El Toro Loco slowly advancing along with Megalodon, but can he do it? It looks like he can. Give it up for Max and Gravedigger. And because you did this with me, I have a special friend coming down here in honor of Cole Stevens, our driver of Thunderoris. You're going to take home this Thunderoris drop with you because he took home that high jump. Take it home with you, Monster Jam fans. Once again, get your hands on some toys like this because all of these play sets from Spin Master are authentic, epic, and incredible. One more time for Max, Monster Jam fans.
He took home the racing title earlier today. It's Zach Gardner, the driver of Wildside. Zach, one of the coolest things about Monster Jam Freestyle is looking at all of the drivers, all of the crew, all the technicians, and watching them celebrate what's happening out there on the track.
You know what? Some of us might not have had the best luck, but we came out here, had some fun, gave it our all. But you know what? We got to come up here and cheer on all the other amazing Monster Jam drivers. If it wasn't for all of them back there coming out here and burning it down, it wouldn't be the same.
Very well said, and we're going to get back to the Monster Jam action right now.
She is your 2019 World Finals Freestyle Champion, Lindsay Reed, Lucas Stabilizer.
Make some noise for Lucas Stabilizer. At one point in her career, Lindsay Reed had landed every single backflip she had ever attempted. She lands this one to go with it, but she does some pretty gnarly damage to the back end of that Monster Jam truck.
Definitely, and I mean, this was about to be, I think, a reminiscent of a 2019 World Finals freestyle run. She lands a backflip, and I know she was going to go for some huge air there at the end. So we're awaiting your scores here at JudgesZone.com. Of course, you can use that QR code, and if you've not started scoring, you can still start scoring right now. I know we're coming to the end, but you can still start scoring.
We got 5 trucks left, and right now, Zombie and Bari Musauer still in the lead. Okay, that's a good score. It's not an insurmountable score. Let's see what everybody came up with for Lucas Stabilizer.
6.685 for Lindsay Reed and Lucas Stabilizer.
I'm joined by fellow female competitor Brianna Mahone of Scooby-Doo. And Brianna, what an incredible run there out of Lindsay Reed. And love to see her in, of course, Lucas Stabilizer. What were you thinking, and what does it mean to really be able to be here at World Finals as a female competitor?
You know what? Not only are me and Lindsay females out here in a male-dominated sport, we are moms. Our kids are right here in these stands cheering us on no matter what happens. We are out here having a blast.
I love to hear it. And you know, family means so much. We always say we are a Monster Jam family. You see us dancing, you see us having fun. What does it truly mean to have your family in the stands and be able to support you? What does it mean to you to be able to balance it all?
You know, it means everything. Not only are we a family here within Monster Jam as a whole, as a company, but our families get to come along. My baby girl has been on tour with us for 20 weeks now, just having a blast. And, you know, it's such an amazing feeling that we are supported by, you know, Monster Jam as a whole, and we can be moms out here showing us that not only can girls do it all, but women and moms can do it better.
I love to hear it. Monster Jam fans, do we have any ladies in the house?
I love to see that women empowerment, of course, you know, being a woman myself, but to see all of these female drivers out here just crushing it. We're going to get set here to see some more action coming your way. Your next driver up.
SoFi Stadium! Let's get loud! All the way from Paris, Texas, my fiance, Tristan England, JCB Gigatron! Woo!
Make some noise for JCB Digatron. Lock in those scores, judgeszone.com, JAM, the code. You have less than 30 seconds. Kay, that was a great run. I think if he saves it, we might be looking at a new leader.
Well, from my angle, I thought he was just going to land and then balance on that back end. And then there was just that tumble right there. You can see on the replay right there. I mean, right there. And then it's almost like he got shut off or he shut himself off.
Little bit of over-rotation, which was the first problem, but I agree with you. He was landed square on those rear BKT tires, and I, like you, thought he was either going to balance it or at the very least save it and set it down. Couldn't get the rotation that he needed. Let's see what you guys came up with.
All right, your scores are in for JCB Digatron. Let's see where you put him at. You put him in the 6th spot with a score of 7.515.
He is still leading the freestyle competition. It's Bari Musauer in Zombie. And Bari, when it comes to Monster Jam World Finals, when the pressure is on for Monster Jam Freestyle, it's got to feel so good to go out there and lay down a run that you're so proud of.
Absolutely. You know, I did it for all my zombie fans, rocking those zombie arms all night long. It's been a long freestyle. We still got some heavy hitters to go, but I did it for my family, my Monster Jam family. My son's here, my wife's here, my mom, my dad, everybody who supported me throughout my whole career. We're 13 years in living a childhood dream, and I couldn't pick a better place to do it than right here in LA. Let's get loud!
Okay, I don't know if that score is going to hold up for Bari Musauer and Zombie. It's a good score. Like I said earlier, it's not insurmountable, and he said it. Heavy hitters coming up next. The reigning World Finals freestyle champion, and then we've got other competitors who can come out here and grab that championship right from him.
I mean, Tyler Meninga, Gravedigger, we've got Camden Murphy, Bakugan, Dragonoid. We are ending things with Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. I mean, the last four, I hope you haven't left your seat. I hope you're not walking out right now because this is the time to keep your eyes locked out on that track.
That's a great point. I know it's been a long day. It's been a long night, but we've got 4 of the best in the world left here competing for the BKT Freestyle World Championship, and you don't want to miss it.
Absolutely, and I mean, Colt Stevens is coming up next, the reigning World Finals freestyle champion from last year. Threw down a crazy wild freestyle in Nashville last year, but we had to worry about the elements. We don't have that here. What do you think we're going to see here coming up?
You know, I'm just looking for a driver to kind of put the run together, if that makes sense. Bari Musauer had a big-time wow moment. He was consistent throughout. We've had some other drivers hit a great backflip, but I don't think anybody has put it all together yet with the wow moment, the big save, the backflip, and filling the clock. We need to see one of those runs.
Well, he's got the momentum on his side. I mean, already now a 2-time World Finals champion, so we'll see if he is locked and ready to attack the track.
He could make it 3 times right here coming up in just a moment. We're going to find out.
Tell me when to go. Monster Jam fans, are you ready for Colt Stevens Thunder Roars? Woo!
Save from Colt Stevens! Make some noise for Thunder Roris. Colt Stevens, the reigning World Finals Freestyle Champion, the current high jump champion. Kay, that had a little bit of everything.
Listen, I don't know what these scores will be, but I think this might be the new high score. What a run there. What saves we saw too. A little bit of a wow factor.
You know, he did the thing that we were just talking about. He came out in his first hit, got some big air, kept that momentum going. The save never hurts. Of course, you see it there on replay. I think he broke the truck a little bit, which is why he slowed down, but he still finished strong.
I was just going to say the front left there was having some steering issues. You can see that right there. And the scores are locked. Score to beat coming up. It's Zombie and an 8.480. Los Angeles, your score for Thunder Roris is... Wow, 8.161.
We've got the Diesel brothers in the house, making some noise out there for their teammate, Colt Stevens, who used to drive for Brodozer. What's it like for you to be able to watch him out there crushing on the track?
Look, watching Colt is one of my favorite things because the kid is so aggressive. Everything he does, he just hits hard and big. He's one of my favorites by far.
I love watching you guys during Monster Jam Freestyle because you're cheering right along, you're a fan at heart, but you also know what it feels like to be out there on the track crushing this competition.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm a little jealous because I know how it feels to soar through the air, and Colt was out there doing it, man. You crushed it, brother.
We got a lot more Monster Jam Freestyle action coming your way momentarily. Once again, thank you so much to the Diesel brothers.
Kay, were you surprised to see that we didn't have a new leader right there? It was close.
Absolutely, and I mean, I saw the score from the expert judges, which was in the 7s as well, so, I mean, I was completely off.
And you know what? I think that's really what knocked it down. The expert judges didn't think as highly as the fans did, and that's why the expert judges are here, Kay. You know, it's to set the balance. Of course, our fans are knowledgeable, but we also want to hear, of course, from the likes of Tom Mentz and Rosalie Raymer, the Diesel brothers. So, you know, it really is to give us the best score possible.
Absolutely. I mean, even with the saves, I thought that we were going to maybe see a little bit of a higher score, but nonetheless, I mean, he's sitting in third. I mean, potentially could still podium.
I think it really came down to the save was spectacular, but the truck broke. And you could see that the truck was not performing at 100% at that point, and Colt just had to do what he needed to do to fill a little bit more of the clock.
I think that if we had been able to see a save there after the Morgan & Morgan backflip, I think we would have saw a new leader.
I absolutely agree. Regardless of what would have happened after that, if he was able to save the backflip, I think we would be looking at a brand new leader. But instead, we're looking at a third place finish, and there is Bari Musauer and Zombie hanging out in the top spot still.
That is the score to beat, 8.480. Bari Musauer and Zombie is the score to beat.
I'm joined right now by Chris Kohler, and here today he is representing Avenger, always representing Team Scream as the driver of Monster Mud. You know, Chris, it's so exciting to be here at World Finals. You were in that last chance qualifier, but you're getting to watch it all unfold here. What's going through your mind as you watch this and continue to see it?
The first thing that's going through my mind is I wish I was out there. I see a lot of things that could go differently, and I think I would destroy this track, but hey, next year, it's not really about going big, though. It's about who's going to survive. The biggest thing is there's so many great runs that have ended early. I mean, just you've seen right there, Colt Stevens, beautiful run, great start, and it just slowed way down. You know, you have to survive. That's the biggest thing. And I think our boy next coming up, he's going to handle just fine. He's kind of the king of pulling out something that you would never expect, so hopefully he's got it in him.
Coming up next, your Monster Jam 2 Wheel Skills Champion, Tyler Miniga, Gravedigger!
Tyler Meninga. Lock those scores in right now. Kay, that might do it right there. Little bit of everything from Tyler Meninga. And this track sets up to do everything that he does well. He rides those dunes better than anybody else.
You can hear the applause from the fans inside SoFi Stadium. He makes his own backflip ramp. I mean, did you see that off of the ski jump?
That's what I was just going to say. That is not a backflip ramp that he finished on, but man, he really nailed it.
Score to beat. Barry Musauer Zombie, 8.480. SoFi, your score for Tyler Meninga and Grave Digger is 9.262. Your new leader. The crowd is still getting loud as we continue on. Cameron Murphy, Bakugan Dragonoid up next.
Let's hear it for Bakugan Dragonoid. Lock those scores in at judgeszone.com. And Kay, for this one, we've got the perfect view. A lot of damage underneath that Monster Jam truck.
Very evident, the broken dry shaft there in the front. You could see it spinning very, very fast there. Once he had landed, he tried to throttle, and you could see how fast it was spinning. Nonetheless, let's make some noise. Camden Murphy, Bakugan Dragonoid, the super glue glued to the action replay up there on the video board.
It was a very good run. Something tells me we are not going to see a new leader. Of course, it is not up to me. It is not up to you. It's up to the expert judges and the fans in the stands. But I think Tyler Meninga is going to be going into our final truck in the lead.
Absolutely. Look at the top three right now, though. I mean, this could be an epic podium.
And let's check out the score there for Bakugan Dragonoid.
There it is, a 7.467 for Camden Murphy and Bakugan Dragonoid.
Tyler, we were talking earlier about how you were just so ready to come out here and lay it down here at Monster Jam World Finals. You've got to be so proud of that run out there.
Yeah, you know what? Racing definitely didn't go my way this afternoon. Coming in as the fastest qualifier, losing to Tristan England first round. Congrats to him, man. But I wanted to come out here and burn down a freestyle for you LA fans right here at SoFi Stadium. You guys have been supporting that black and green truck and that crazy old man, Dennis Anderson, for over 40 years. And I'm here to pay it back to you guys each and every time I'm on the track. But we got one truck left. He's a good buddy of mine, Ryan Anderson, and Son of the Digger. So do not go anywhere, SoFi. We still got more freestyle on the way.
Monster Jam fans, there's one competitor left. The only man that can take Tyler and Gravedigger down. Make some noise for Ryan Anderson, Son of a Digger!
Oh, thanks, man.
going for Ryan Anderson. And now for the final time here tonight, lock those scores in at judgeszone.com. It's going to come down to Ryan Anderson and Tyler Menninga. It's going to come down, Kay, to the scores from the fans and the expert judges.
What a way to end Monster Jam World Finals BKT Freestyle. He is elated. Ryan Anderson, son of a digger.
You can see on the shot on the video board, we've got Ryan Anderson, we've got Tyler Menninga. Tyler Menninga now about 10 seconds away from history.
All right, your score to be 9.262, Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger. Ladies and gentlemen, your score for Ryan Anderson and son of a digger is 8.927. Tyler Menninga Gravedigger is your BKT Freestyle World Finals champion.
What a moment for Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger. Okay, it set up so well for him. When we were about midway through the competition, I looked over at you and I said, this is setting up for a Tyler Menninga Freestyle World Championship.
So deserved. I mean, you know, he didn't come out to racing the way he wanted to. He participated in the Lucas Oil High Jump, the Great Clips 2-Wheel Skills Challenge, and now he is a two-time World Finals champion and finally a freestyle champion, something he has been waiting his entire life for.
Tyler Menninga was just a kid from Iowa that wanted to do this for his whole life. He watched it, he studied it, he did whatever he could to be a part of Monster Jam, and now he is a part of Monster Jam history as he captures the coveted Freestyle World Finals Championship. And of course, yeah, it goes along with that World Championship he took home last year.
Absolutely. Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger now is your BKT Freestyle World Finals champion. A huge congratulations to him as well.
And you know what, Kay? By my calculations, that means that Ryan Anderson is your silver medalist and Bari Musauer, your bronze medalist in the freestyle competition. Huge kudos to all three of those men. Those are three individuals that I've come to know very well. I've been on a series with them for the last several years, and man, they work so hard. They're great dudes off the track. They're fierce competitors on the track.
Let's just be honest, this track was not easy to run, whether it be racing, whether it be freestyle, and these three really showcase their driving ability, their driving talent, their technical driving talent as well. And I mean, Tyler Menninga, of course, Gravedigger, showcased it the best.
And I mentioned it before, you know, this really set up to be the kind of track that Tyler Menninga and Ryan Anderson and Bari Musauer could do well on. They're so good with adjusting. Those Monster Jam trucks are 12,000 pounds. They get thrown, they bounce. But Tyler Menninga, he's so used to it, and he's able to just course correct, stay on track. Same with Ryan Anderson, same with Bari Musauer, and that's why they're the three that are about to get their medals and their trophy.
Most definitely, and I mean, of course, you've got to give a big shout out to his crew chief as well. He has that truck dialed in here for the freestyle.
And now I think they're ready to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our final medal presentation of the night for Monster Jam World Finals Freestyle. Earning the bronze medal tonight in freestyle, Bari Musauer, driving Zombie. Your silver medalist, driving Son of a Digger, Ryan Anderson. And your gold medal winner and the new Monster Jam World Finals Freestyle Champion, Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger. Ladies and gentlemen, your freestyle medalists. Tyler, this track was unmanageable for so many drivers. We saw you sitting in the stands. What did you see? What did you learn that you were able to make it happen out there and actually finish your run on all four BKT tires?
Yeah, you know, it was a bunch of traps out there, and you know what I said? I could go out there and it could be two ways. It could be go out there, take it easy, and fill my time and do something crazy at the end, but I never want to win that way. I want my run to start big and end big and be ragged edge the whole time. That's the Gravedigger way. That's what I gave you guys here tonight. Ryan had an awesome run. It was a nail biter, but man, it feels good to be holding this trophy right here. I've been trying for a Racing Freestyle Championship since I started Monster Jam, and I finally got one of them right here, man. This is awesome. I just want to say thank you to all the fans who support us, that crazy old man Dennis Anderson, and that black and green truck Gravedigger, guys. For over 40 years, you guys are the reason I can come out here and drive this truck the way I do. And I love each and every one of you guys. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tyler Menninga.
Well, a huge congratulations to Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger capturing our very last World Finals Championship here tonight inside SoFi Stadium. John, we have crowned 4 world champions, and I know you and I have done this a lot, but this has been a spectacular freestyle performance, just hands down.
You know, it was unbelievable from start to finish. It really was. The crowd here in LA, truly electric. And you know what? This is my adopted home. This is where I live now. I'm an Angelino by choice. So it was absolutely spectacular to be here with all these amazing Monster Jam fans and crown 4 more world champions.
And Eunice and Lindsay, for both of you, of course, Eunice, you can start first. I mean, this is your very first Monster Jam World Finals. I mean, tell us a little bit about what you saw, what you felt here tonight.
Well, honestly, it was the emotion, not only from the drivers and crew chiefs, but also from the fans. I saw fans crying, and even especially when Jamie Garner, Zach Garner's dad, after Zach took home that racing win, when even he was crying, so many fans around me were also crying. I started crying, almost even lost an eyelash earlier, but I didn't. But it's okay. I had a really great time. The emotion is always electric, and like I said earlier, the family and the camaraderie in the stands is unmatched for Monster Jam World Finals.
Lindsay, and of course, your very first World Finals too. What was your take on this?
This is absolutely electric. What a first-time World Finals to be able to do it here at SoFi Stadium. And I think my favorite part of the entire night is that we saw so much camaraderie amongst these Monster Jam competitors. They're competitors here on the track, but clearly they are friends and they clearly are rooting for one another.
KCG, I'm going to give you the final thought here on World Finals. I mean, from LCQ to qualifying to 4 winners here tonight. What are your thoughts?
So much passion, so much hard work, and so much dedication. I want to say one more time, hats off to the crew and technicians that worked so hard to make today's Monster Jam World Finals possible. Everybody that's been involved, thank you so much. And once again, thank you to the Monster Jam fans for being here with us and helping us to make history once again with Monster Jam.
Of course, we want to thank all of the fans inside SoFi Stadium. Of course, those tuning in across the country and around the world at YouTube. We have crowned 4 World Finals champions. Thank you so much on behalf of KCG, John Saponaro, Eunice Cruz, and Lindsay Noble. I'm Kay Young. We hope you had fun, and thank you for watching the Monster Jam World Finals 23.